and penis.
I bided my
Sometimes
time.
you just gotta fall on the classic.
Yeah.
Welcome back to Nat19 Vestige of Ophiuchus. Campaign 1, Session 28, which doesn't feel like it.
Touch many.
Huh?
Such many.
Such many.
Such many. Much lot.
Oh.
Time to see who's going to give us our brief, rewardless recap as to what happened last time. It's gonna be real easy. Quintus!
We went in a cave and fought some gnolls.
Alright, moving on.
Did it?
Lyra died.
Lyra died.
Lyra fucking
No,
died.
she got. It's fine. She got better.
She got better.
It's true.
She got over it.
Guys,
she got over
we're-
that death thing.
Guys, we're
Yeah.
officially. I
She walked
said
it
this
off.
at the end of last game, but we're officially in permadeath territory because I'm out of diamonds. So-
Kill me! Do it!
No!
Do it, Logan!
This is when it happens.
this is when it happens.
I just figured that'd be a
Alrighty.
cute little death flag.
letting them
Oh, Spy right, not Dueler. The gift makes you think Dueler. I'm looking forward to that Goblin Mage. Yeah.
Do it.
Goblin mage. Goblin mage.
Alright. Fucking, I would have loved it if you just kept chanting and just Goblin Mage! Goblin Mage! Goblin Mage!
Yeah.
Goblin Mage!
Goblin.
Logan, I'm gonna put the Goblin Mage in Vogan's backstory, so you have to make it.
Okay.
Yay!
You think I
No,
need
oddly enough,
encouragement.
I also saw that Goblin Mage.
You mean the goblin
Everyone
mage
suddenly
that
comes
helped
to
me?
me and they're individually like, yeah, man, did you know that my character had dealings with this Goblin Mage?
Every single one of us.
Yeah.
Alright.
Turns
The
out
Goblin
Kevin-
Mage was the one who aided me in figuring out the plan that I used that eventually led to my father's death, you see.
Goodness,
I
goodness,
thought it
goodness.
was
The Goblin Mage
Xavier,
beat
but
me
it
up.
wasn't.
Lekazard was a Goblin Mage! Logan, I think the last time you showed Lekazard, I think you misinterpreted what he was supposed to be a
He was supposed to
spec-like.
have a wizard hat.
He was supposed to be a goblin with 8 levels in barbarian and 8 levels in wizard.
He was supposed he was supposed to look like Scandal, but like red.
God.
Oh goodness. Getting our
So when are we
maps up.
getting the hobgoblin version of Scandal?
I demand it.
Make her
I
bald.
don't.
Thanks, Aaron. Fucking Aaron knows what's up. Aaron knows what's important.
Traitor.
Okay.
If I was the murderer, I'd kill
So
you.
in game, it is currently Sunday, the 27th of July. Hear that, Aaron? A real month, a real day.
Ah,
None of your nonsense. Fucking, it's not the 27th, the 27th of 3rd. Fucking
Logan.
Forgotten Realms, stupid calendars. What?
It's gonna be Aaron's birthday tomorrow, so is it gonna be his birthday game?
Yes. I was actually going to get to that. After I finished berating him for things beyond his control, I was going to tell him to take 3
I wanted to
inspiration.
give him a nice thing while you were yelling at him.
Take 3 inspiration, Aaron.
Okay.
Yay!
Hooray!
Heckin',
She'll
you
use
guys
them
with you.
unwisely.
You
Yeah, I
guys
know.
use them on stupid things. I'd like to roll an investigation check against this door to see if anything's on the other side in this house that is ours where there's nothing.
I'd like to roll
advantage.
I'd like to roll an investigation check in the women's locker room.
So, you guys at the end of last game, you had decided to... Oh, did I say the time? It's 3 p.m.? 3 p.m. You guys had decided to take a break after what happened. You restored Lyra using Revivify before her soul could depart from her body in such a way that you would not be able to get it back. And you guys put up the tiny hut. Marion put up the tiny hut as to allow you guys to rest without being disturbed. And you guys took a short rest. After the short rest, I believe you guys had... Or during the short rest, you guys talked about the state of the world, how Lyra has to hide the fact that she's a sorceress by nature. Not that she's trying to cultivate that particular element of herself, but she can't help that she got that blood. And you guys had decided to continue trying to move on with a general understanding that if Murkwire gets what he's here for, he may not have to come back out this way. He may just get it and be gone. With that, you guys, I leave you guys to it. You are in control within the cave.
He's already gone, everyone. Let's leave.
What?
Cool, let's go on a long rest. I really like that shit.
Let's get out of there.
Sorry,
For some
had a
reason-
strange daydream. Let's get going deeper in the cave.
How hard
No,
did
I
you
like
hit
that
your
other one.
head?
I like the other one, Bam.
All right.
I'm
I know we
gonna
like
go
the other one
fight
better. We have to
Murkwire.
All right. Let's get going.
I will
Yeah.
step out of the tiny hut, and I will make sure that everybody is ready to move forward. I know that they're all tired, and our spellcasters are less spellcastery, but we gotta go.
I'm fine. It's fine. I still have 1/3 level spell slot, but I can't revive anyone, so.
I have all 2 of mine back.
Look at you go.
That's
I'm
me.
doing it.
You wizards are a powerful bunch.
It's true.
I'm such a good wizard.
So.
Why does everybody laugh every time you say that?
Had to
No.
be there, I guess.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should go. We should get
Let's go.
going.
Is everyone
Get
all right
on
to
with it,
move?
yes.
I
Yeah.
don't think we have a choice.
We don't have time either. Let's make our way forward.
Hop, 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 hop.
And then
hop,
we
hop.
go.
And then we do. And then Logan bides his time as he adjusts everyone's sound just a little bit because he never knows quite where everyone's going to be.
We're already there.
Once the energy
in the
settles
place.
And
down.
up until
Stabbing?
actually in
Yeah.
game.
I'm
Yeah.
stabbing him. I'm stabbing Murkwire.
Okay.
I'm stabbing him now.
I did
You
it.
guys
I
continue
murdered
to
him.
move forward. As you guys move through the cave, as you proceed forward, it doesn't take you guys more than another few hundred feet within the cave system, which, again, stays widened out. You guys, I told you guys before, around this area, it seemed to get a bit larger, as if they'd planned to have more room to move around in here. It stays that way, and you guys eventually come to a point where, in the distance, you hear what sounds like scraping. What sounds like something burrowing into and roughly moving massive amounts of the walls, and you feel these vibrations under your feet as if the area is being disturbed. It doesn't take you all that long either to pass the point where the scaffolding and the support beams are no longer being built here. It doesn't look any more unstable, but as you pass by them and you leave the areas of the tunnel that are no longer supported, you do have a vague sense that any commotion may cause it to collapse. Knowing that you hear something coming from quite a ways ahead of you, do you change anything about your movement, or do you continue to move forward?
Logan,
Sounds-
are you gonna kill one of us in the same way you killed Oliver?
Oh man, I wasn't there for that.
The same way Oliver killed Oliver. Thank you very much.
That's fair. Mhm.
Sounds like it's something big up ahead.
That's probably going to obscure some noise if we want to try and take it slow.
It's true.
I think taking
Yes.
it slow would be beneficial.
As long as something's there, we know that they haven't left yet, at the very least.
That's
Let's
true.
approach cautiously.
Yep.
All right.
I
If
will-
Oh,
everybody
yeah,
wants to roll-
bam, 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 bam. You're
Taking
full.
the. Oh.
Oh.
If the group would like to roll stealth, then you
Oh
can.
no. Okay.
Here we
We have-
fucking go!
We have
Can we-
advantage.
Ow.
Yeah, that was.
Oh.
Sorry, I forgot how close my mic was to me.
Oh, you dropped a 20.
You dropped a 20 and got a 1.
Oh.
So today's going great.
Did
so
you
But it's
far.
a
did you and
three.
Brett have a fight that I wasn't aware of?
Yeah, like what happened, man?
Yeah, man.
Sure. A big
Fucking-
fight, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So,
Let's go there cautiously. Clang, clang, clang.
yeah,
clang.
as you guys move
Over my
forward,
coat.
you find the terrain starts to get a lot more unmanageable, making, especially for the armored members of the group, making it very difficult for you to move without making a lot of noise. The tunnel is no longer cleanly dug out. You can tell that some of what the gnolls were doing was cleaning this path forward and making it so you could walk along it properly. And even then, they got to a point where your horse couldn't properly move through it. So you can imagine you're climbing over boulders, you're moving in and out of, though it's been dug out like tight
glad
areas
Winchester's
as small sections have collapsed inward. Eventually, you come to what amounts to a fork in the path, where it looks like the path was dug forward, and you've hit points where it seems like they changed direction before in this tunnel as you've been moving, but they've always been subtle. They've always gone forward 20, 30 feet, and then came back as if they were they had re-estimated where they were going. This one stretches forward enough that you can't see what's down either path. You just know that there's a straight way that goes down into darkness. And then there's another large tunnel off to the side of you that looks like it moved and dug off in the other direction very deliberately. And you can tell that the one that's off in the other direction appears to be where the sound is coming from.
Ominous.
By this point, you can also, alongside the massive sound of dirt and the earth being moved, you can also hear this guttural, very low growling, and as if something is physically exerting to make these movements. But it sounds almost inhuman in scale, whatever it is you're hearing.
Coming from the path that's making all the noise.
Yeah.
Quintus will look back at the people that are smarter than him, which is the entire group.
Entire group looks
I
behind
don't know if it's the
them.
entire group.
What's your intelligence?
Wait, mine? Hey, baby.
It's higher than his.
No, that's
Anyway.
ridiculous. What? No, 12.
I have an 8.
Yeah, fuck you, one.
Can I try and check for? I guess I want to check for tracks like leading down both paths.
Okay.
Like how much foot traffic. there
Assuming you
is.
guys have set out some light, can I assume that in the group?
Drift globe.
Drift globe.
Sure. Yeah.
Go ahead and roll survival.
You got it,
Could I
friendo.
help him?
I will. He suggested doing it. Do you have proficiency in survival?
Yes.
You're Cassandria, so you should.
Yeah. I do.
If you want to aid him and give him advantage, then sure.
Yeah.
Cool.
Thank
20?
God.
20.
So, you do find that there's a bunch of tracks that look like they're from gnolls for the most part, that seem to have come up into this area. But some tracks that you see that look distinct are you see some rather deep, heavy tracks here and there in the ground that look like a large humanoid would have left them. Those move down the path that is going straight ahead. You see these large treads as if something massive had like dug itself almost on hands and knees through the tunnel. And you see these huge handprints every now and then. You didn't recognize that that's what they were until you took this time to really analyze things. But these massive handprints that are almost the size of you, for the most part, crawling
We're
along
fighting
it.
a giant
Looking up at the
mole.
ceiling, you see that there are large skids on the ceiling as well, as if whatever this is that pulled itself through had also been bumping into the top of the cave as it moved forward. Those tracks and those effectively knee treads, they move down towards the noise that you're hearing.
So it looks like the handprints. They look like they're humanoid hands, or
Humanoid-looking hands, like five,
Yeah.
4 fingers and a thumb.
no, like animalistic. But
Yeah,
like,
they don't look like
Yeah.
claws. They don't look like
Okay.
a dragon or what have you.
Also,
Okay.
real
My
quick-
money's on mole. I think it's some type of mole.
Oh.
he just said it's All right.
Yeah. With actual hands. No, real quick. You said it's
The dreaded
size of
giant
what?
human
Is it the
hand
size
mole.
Is it the size of Lexi or the size of Vogan? Because there's a difference.
I'd say that these hands would probably be about the size of Lexi. They'd be,
Okay.
Okay.
That's
About
less
all-
terrifying.
yeah.
Still terrifying.
It's still pretty terrifying, but less. A little bit less.
And it looks like this giant figure was like on its hands and knees, like
Pulling
squeezing
itself
this.
through here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
that's ominous.
I'll
Jesus.
relate that. I'll relay that to the group.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Do you think it's like
Well,
a
last
big
I saw
seedy thing
Murkwire.
with his heart, or
And those tracks lead down the path that's not noisy, right?
The
No.
big ones lead down towards the noise. The
Oh, gotcha.
humanoid-looking ones, the regular, like, normal, they look like a large human, like, smaller than a Goliath, bigger than you. Those ones
Like
head
an
down
orc.
the path that's quiet. Yeah, I guess so.
Okay.
Last I saw, Murkwire wasn't some sort of giant. I'd say it's this way.
Yeah. Ugh.
Hmm.
So
That
really have
thing
any good options.
that way makes me nervous, but if we're here for Murkwire, I'll listen to what all of you want to do.
I don't know if there's a way of getting to Murkwire without, well,
if we go towards the noise, we can take out the thing that's digging the tunnel.
Be
That's
sure
true.
he doesn't find whatever he's looking for.
Yeah.
if he hasn't found it already. Yeah. I
That
mean, that
might be
makes the
most
most
important
sense.
thing.
And plus, we don't want that thing coming after us after a full-fledged fight with Murkwire, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Although
It might be
we
best to
don't-
take out that thing. Plus, we might find him there.
Yeah.
That's
Do
true.
the
He's
tracks look
overseeing
like
the
they're leading
operation.
away from them, Logan?
What do you mean?
You said the large humanoid tracks, are they leading away from the other place or toward the other place?
They're heading towards the offshoot tunnel, where the noises and digging appear to be coming from. The smaller humanoid tracks are heading down the quiet tunnel.
Okay, so they're leading away from each other.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. I personally think it's. I'd like to go after that giant thing.
I agree.
That might be the best call. We don't really have any.
My
good
only problem
options.
with that,
Yeah. Quintus?
my only problem with that is that he could have already found what he wanted and is leaving in this direction.
Well, if he found what he wanted, we wouldn't be hearing digging.
Yes.
It
That
could be
makes
leaving.
sense.
Why wouldn't he just leave through the entrance of the tunnel? Why would he bother
Teleport.
digging another tunnel?
Yeah.
Mm.
There's also what the gnolls were looking for. I don't know if whatever big thing is digging is working for them or Murkwire.
The gnolls work with Murkwire.
Mm-hmm.
I know, yes. But if he found what he wanted, he might leave while they continue digging. That was my only point.
Mm. Oh.
Maybe some of us can scope it out, but that didn't really end up working in our favor last time.
I mean, it helped a little bit.
Yeah.
It's up to you guys.
Hmm.
The last time we were around Murkwire, he got the jump on us.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that scouting him out is a good idea. The last time we fought, we were split apart.
We should stay together as much as we can.
I'd like to avoid this giant creature, but if all of you think it's a good idea, then let's go.
Yeah.
Didn't we say that Lyra was the boss last time? Lyra, what do you think?
Lyra!
I'm trying to afford the group a fair bit of autonomy.
No, manage us. Come on.
We're all,
Let me show you how we use our autonomy, Lyra. Everyone, I say we go after Murkwire.
my
The rest
thoughts
of you
on
say
this.
we should go after the noise. I say we put it to a vote.
We had originally thought that what Murkwire might be doing here is trying to build a tunnel that went underneath the city to try to attack it, and then we found out he was searching for something, so if I were to be asked, I suppose I would consider that perhaps it's both.
Oh. That is a good point.
I'm impartial as far as going after either of them, but you all know your own abilities a lot better than I know your abilities, so...
Well, we go down the not noisy tunnel. We'll most likely find your violin sooner, or your whatever sooner.
If that's the case, then that's our tunnel.
No.
If we go after the big one, we're gonna find my violin?
No, the
No,
not.
the
Okay,
quiet
sorry. For a second, right. Okay, fine. Sorry.
I just want to make a decision sooner than later.
Yeah, I feel like we're kind of wasting time.
I say we go down this tunnel then.
You call wasting
We
time.
leave that giant creature
Call it
to
planning
whatever
ahead.
it's doing.
We can come back for it if it's trying to dig
We're
that
going
far.
around in circles.
We're not exactly right up against the city walls.
If it is in fact trying to dig towards the city, and its intention is to try to make a way for Murkwire to attack the city from below, if there's no Murkwire, that's not going to be much of a problem.
Yeah.
I will smile at that.
Yeah. And if we attack Murkwire, who knows? We might end up fighting both at the same time.
That sounds awful.
Let's just
Yeah,
go.
that sounds really, really
That
bad.
sounds terrible.
Let's go. Let's go
Yeah.
cook some
Yeah.
animals.
You guys start moving
I don't
forward.
know. I was simply theorizing out loud.
You guys start moving forward.
Yep.
You head in the direction of the quieter tunnel, the one that goes straight ahead. As you move forward, you guys come to see in the distance there is a very faint, almost ghostly glow. As you see the landscape changes, and as you approach closer to it, you don't see anything waiting. You don't see any creatures standing guard over it, but you do see that the tunnel lets out into what looks like the entrance to what seems to be a very, very old structure made out of some kind of marble-like white stone. Two very large doors, massive stone doors, have been unearthed crudely, but despite the fact that they were buried beneath the ground, they seem completely pristine, as if none of the dirt was able to adhere to the surfaces. The stone itself is glowing enough that it illuminates the area around it, but the glow is ominous, almost spiritual. It gives you all this strange, apprehensive feeling in the pit of your stomach. As you move closer to it, you are the first one to note, Fenris, that there are a series of carvings made of what looks to be gold and silver that run along this large set of doors that have been unearthed, and you manage to pull out of it that the emblem of Vestige, the Eidolon, is intricately outlined as a large part of these doors, emblazoned in silver and gold on the front.
Interesting.
And then just for context, these doors are about 15 feet high, each of them about 10 feet across, with no obvious handles to open this particular gateway. But there's no sign of Murkwire, and they are closed.
Vogan, help me with this.
Oh, okay. They're going brute
Yep.
force.
I mean, it makes sense. You should try to open the big glowy doors.
I know, but I hope they don't break them.
I mean,
Kicks
I hope
in
they
door.
can open them. Yeah.
Well, there's
they
no
fly off.
handle.
They fly off their hinges.
We take out our crowbars.
There
so
could
we
be
can go.
crowbars, yeah! There could be, like, I don't know, it's got the symbol of a god.
Crowbar
Who
squad.
cares? Rips open door.
Oh no!
I want to try to open the door.
Oh, Lexi,
Uh,
hold me, I can't
Does it look like
watch.
a big heavy set door, or?
Yes, they look. You can't tell which way they should swing open. It looks like, again, it's like 20 by 10 foot Each one's a 20 by 10 foot stone door. You can't estimate the thickness, but you assume relatively thick.
Mm-hmm.
Are there any scrapings at the bottom of the door to like show it might open outward?
Investigating the ground, it does not seem like there are. There are none that are heading outward, so it was
No
not
telling
pulled open.
signs. So
If it has in fact been opened, it was not pulled.
then we can try and push it open.
Let's go for it, Vogan.
Turns out to be a push, not pull door. Incredible.
Goddamn.
Let's try and use our strength to open it.
Do it.
Okay.
I'm looking away.
Who's
I'm
gonna
not
give it a
watching
push?
this.
We're
can't
Strong
watch.
mo boys.
We're both pretty strong. Who wants
I
to
think
do
we're
the
both. I think we're
roll?
both the exact same strong.
Yeah.
So. what we
Is it
roll?
athletics or just strength, Jack?
It'd be strength.
Okay, so then yeah, we're the same. Do you want to do the roll?
Yeah.
No.
All right, Quintus, I'd
I'll
like you
aid
to roll a strength check with advantage, Quintus.
Hiya! Oh.
As you go up to it and you try to push against it. You both put your full weight against one of the doors and push forward. You find your feet sliding back on the ground as you try to push forward. You do get solid footing, but even that's not enough to manage to push it forward. You don't even feel it shudder or move an inch with all of your weight against it.
Do you guys want us to help you with our
Yeah.
crowbars?
Oh.
Fenris, help.
Um,
Fenris,
well,
you're strong.
Yeah, I make my way over, and while I'm on my way over, keeping in mind that there were religious symbols on the door, do I know of any other ways that temples or places of worship might protect themselves that might prevent the door being open?
Fenris, I would like you to roll me religion.
Oh,
Thank you. That's what I was asking.
that's what I wanted.
No! Shoot! I was gonna ask if I could put inspiration into it, but I rolled it already. Dang.
Unfortunately. As you move forward, all I can tell you is that, well, you can't think immediately of any particular methods by which ancient temples, vaults, strongholds, what have you, would have been openable. You do know a couple of things that are just knowledge that you have. First of
Right.
all, you know that Vestiges is an Eidolon that is known for keeping forbidden secrets and knowledge away from mortals. They are commonly associated / their emblem is commonly put upon locations meant to seal away ancient secrets or important places. As you walk up to the door, you notice that the spaces between the two doors and as well as on the top and bottom, as you examine it, you find that looking inside, it's as if it's been fused. It definitely is a door, but there's not actually a full indent going all the way through. Like, these set of doors are one large piece of stone. And upon noticing that, you recall that there is a similar set of doors in the Temple of Tequin that are considered the inner sanctum that you've never seen opened.
It seems like these doors wouldn't open even if I gave it my all.
Oh, are you giving up?
Yeah, but
Before
why
you
not?
even tried?
Just slow turn to Vogan. They're fused shut. I may be strong, but I'm not an idiot.
They're fused.
Yes, it's... Well, for one, this god in particular, this Idolos, is for
Eidolon.
sealing away... Eidolon is, used for sealing away secrets. And I've seen doors similar to this at the Temple of Tequin that I've never seen opened.
Oh.
Well, they got in.
Might I try
Did
something if
Sure.
if we'd like to get in there? If an Eidolon is involved, I'm not certain this will work. But now, what the hell? I'm curious.
Are you going to cast Shatter?
No, nothing cool as that.
That fucking worked.
We're in a tunnel. I just want to preface that. We're in a tunnel.
I'm aware that that might kill us all. No, I have something else in mind.
Then I
I'm gonna
full-heartedly support you, Pat Pat.
I'm gonna point my cane at the door and attempt to cast Dispel Magic.
Oh.
Okay. So burn the spell slot. No roll will be required. As you cast it, You do find that as you cast Dispel Magic and the small amount of arcane energy that wells up around your weapon and surges forward as to displace and corrupt any magic it strikes, as it hits the door, it seems to stop about 5 feet away from it, as if there was a barrier preventing it from reaching the door. An almost perfectly shell-like invisible wall stops the magic from affecting it.
Can I roll Arcana? Because I think I know what that is as a player.
Go ahead.
Shit.
Oh,
No inspiration!
Is that an anti-magic shell?
Around at least this door, there is an anti-magic field.
yeah.
However, from whenever you hit it, it causes it to become very briefly opaque enough that you can see the general shape of it. The curvature of the anti-magic field is so large that this thing must be at least like hundreds of feet in radius. Because you can see it definitely curves, and if it is a full sphere, it is a very large bubble.
Oh, so we can't use magic inside. Ooh.
It depends on how it works, but yeah,
It's
at least
true.
in this case.
Something to.
You guys are worried about your spell slots.
Hey, I have plenty to share, but
I'm playing.
just something that has occurred to me. When you put a big door in front of something, you wouldn't look for secret doors, would you? I look around. This is a stretch. Is there any weirdness in the rocks around the door?
You're looking for like a back door, a side entrance.
Roll
Well,
me investigation. So, as a general
gonna use-
description, apart from the area where the doors are, it looks like they unearthed up to about 10 feet to the sides and above the door. Pretty clearly they were just trying to unearth it and not terribly concerned with the rest of the structure.
Could I
As
help
you...
him?
Yes, go ahead. Do you have a proficiency in investigation?
I do be having proficiency in that.
I have double proficiency.
Oh shit,
Oh,
you
well,
do
then
it,
one
you
of,
do it.
one of you can give the other... Yeah, one of you can
I
give the
want
other...
to give her advantage.
Okay, go for it, Lexi.
Yes.
Boy.
Nice.
As you investigate, you do come to some more conclusions about the shape of this place. Similar to the realizing the bubble must be huge, as you look at the curvature of the wall, you find whatever this is, the wall has a slight curve to it, but it's so slight that if it is a full circle, it must be huge, similar to the anti-magic field. Beyond that, you do notice that the wall, this marble, as you look closer to it, has this sheen that whenever light reflects back off of it, the light reflects back with this glittering red sort of hue, as opposed to reflecting back whatever color it should. And as you continue to search around and run your hands across it, you find there's actually so small that they can't be seen but can be felt by your fingertips. There are small engravings and markings and runes that are in the wall, giving it a nearly
read religious
sandpapery
Braille,
texture. You can't read what?
It was kind of a joke, but I can't read religious braille, can I?
Jeez.
If Lexi were perhaps born in our world, she may come to feel like this texture. It almost resembles circuitry.
Oh.
Hmm.
I'm pointing it out to the group.
Do you think they're trying to dig around the door? That would make sense.
Right now, one of two things are evident to me. Either there is a way inside and Murkwire's already figured that out, or he's waiting for us to.
That's very true. Didn't consider that.
I'm just
You
gonna start
see-
looking around the area, see if I can see anything out of the ordinary.
You guys hear the sound of pencil scratching. As turning back towards it, you see that at this point Lyra has taken out what looks to be just a book of blank pages and is absent-mindedly making a vague sketch of what's in front of you / writing notes. Her eyes go up and look to you guys as you regard her, then back down to it, then back up again.
Oh, dude, she does that thing where she puts the paper on the wall and scribbles over the top of it. Yeah, dude.
Makes an
It's-
etching.
Yeah.
Figured something out?
Not quite. Don't mind me. I'm just taking notes for later. Because this is the kind of thing I'd like to, probably include in a song in the future.
And she, like, closes the book.
Just taking notes so that I remember everything that's here.
One thing that I
So
do know
cool.
is either way, if he is wanting us to open it or he's already opened it, we need to figure out a way in. If he's waiting for us to open it, that means he hasn't got what's inside. And that means we will have a chance to.
Well, we're trying to open the door.
But if he's already opened it, that means there's already a way to open it, and we just have
Well,
to
if he's-
figure it out. For the time being, I'm not smart enough for this. I'm gonna keep trying to lift it up.
As per your previous attempt, any further attempts to move it are
I know, he's just
effectively
gonna do it.
unsuccessful.
You're gonna
He's just like,
you're gonna bust a blood vessel that way. You need to calm down.
he's
You
done it
might
before.
hurt yourself.
this is all he can think to do to help.
Save your strength for Murkwire, Quintus. Damn, I wish I'd gotten a better religion check. Oh, there's something about
Eh.
this. So, magic circuits, or what we can assume to be circuits. Doors are fused shut.
Magic thing.
Yeah, it's
Magic
definitely some
thing.
type of. There's a magic field around it.
Aristo, you're a wizard. You know about magic things.
Yes, so much about magic.
Is there anything on the ceiling?
This is the outside of whatever the structure is. The ceiling for you is just the cave.
Cave, yeah.
So the top of the cave doesn't look any different
Nah.
from here.
This must be a very old structure indeed to have a cave effectively grown around it.
Yeah.
Well, depending on if it was built by an Eidolon, then
Could
they
be
may have
placed
made
here.
it and then stuck it under the earth. Which
Oh,
begs the
crazy thing
question,
ever.
if I was an Eidolon, what kind of key would I make for my door?
Key.
The holy kind, if you ask me, but
The fuck is a holy key?
Yeah.
I
don't
hate
talk about
religion.
Fanny.
I hate this.
A key.
Your gods are weird. Your gods are stupid. I hate them.
you have little room to talk. You're peculiar as well. You fit in just fine.
Ugh.
Perhaps that's why he's digging out of the tunnel. Perhaps he's hoping to find this key close by.
Oh.
Maybe.
I can imagine that.
Oh,
Or
well,
Do you think he's just like trying to go?
Lyra will
around
be
or
of no
something?
assistance to anyone.
Oh, why are we all so dumb? No.
An Eidolon that likes to keep things hidden.
Ancient secrets in specific.
Those are my favorite. So me and him are at odds here.
It can't be something magical. Anything magical that comes in.
Magical barriers like that don't stop magical items, they just suppress them.
Oh.
Oh.
Then whatever it is, it must be something that Murkwire could have gotten his hands on, assuming that he made it past here, which we're not entirely convinced that he did.
Can't imagine it was Quinn's key.
No.
Quinn's key?
Quinn had a key to a relic of his family's that was stolen by Murkwire. That
You aren't
was
the only
then
one who has
subsequently
something
stolen during our ambush.
stolen by Murkwire.
I remember you talking about it, but I thought perhaps... If we're just talking about the key to like a trunk, I can't imagine that that would be what this is. I can't imagine that whatever opens this is so literally a physical key as much as...
I'll walk up and start fiddling with the door.
So, as you walk up and you place your hands on it, you feel a soft rush, as if your head gets light for a second. The circuitry in the walls that previously was effectively invisible because of how it was carved into the walls all takes on this red color as if a pulse of magic escapes from you and echoes out across the structure. The armor that you're wearing, reacts to you briefly. And then you see the symbol of Vestige made of gold and silver that is on this door begins to change materials and becomes a red gem-like substance and starts glowing. As it does, beams of light begin piercing out from the spaces where the spaces between the door and the frame should be, as it looks like it begins to unfuse, and you hear a rumbling as this red, bright light emanates outwards. The doors begin to push in.
That's it.
Yeah. That's
Oh, by the Queen's honor, what wonderful work. Oh, good job, Miriam.
Yeah, don't think me.
I-
Like,
Whatever.
like the
Good
Crystal
one.
Queen.
No,
I don't
Sorry.
think we're gonna be doing that. No.
Sorry, what just happened? What did we just figure out?
His special armor opened the door.
And that
I
means
was
that he's
thinking about-
inside.
Yes, almost certainly.
What was inside my box was just like Kitty's armor. I'm gonna start trying to go in.
As you move in, you see that the area inside is a long, large hallway that, again, is lit fairly well. You guys can see there's a chamber up ahead, about 50 feet or so, that appears to split off in different directions. As the group moves in, as you all push forward, as soon as Miriam in particular is out of range of this, of the door, out of about 20, 30 feet away from it, you hear the scraping as it begins to close behind you, and when it finally seals completely, the symbol of Vestige causes itself, like it appears on the door as the spaces fuse back together again. You also, magic users and those with magic items, as you pass through the door, you do feel your magical items and their effects do suppress very briefly. And then as soon as you're inside the structure, it seems like the anti-magic field no longer affects you.
I think
shell.
It's gonna
Only
be
things
like,
on the
I can't
outside.
be in here. Logan's gonna crit me to death.
You definitely feel like you pass through a membrane of anti-magic, and then as soon as you're through it, everything returns to normal.
Membrane.
Instead of being any sort of quiet, I am rushing forward.
Yeah. I think we're all
Roger that.
rushing forward.
Yeah.
As you move forward, coming into this first rather large room, this room that you come into is about 25 by 25 feet. The ceiling in here in general looks like it goes up about 30 feet at any given place. There's large hallways heading off in both directions to the side, and there is this large altar that appears to be built into the wall that has inscriptions that look like angelic beings, as well as writing on it that... what languages do you guys all speak?
Oh, languages, oh boy.
Common.
Yeah,
Just going down the list. So, Raleigh, what do you speak?
Common.
Lexi?
Don't speak anything else.
Nothing. None of my background or my race gives me additional languages.
That's damn.
Lexi?
I know.
Common, Kitsadria, and Elvish.
Fenris?
Celestial, common, dwarvish, elvish, infernal.
Jesus.
Okay. Does anybody else speak Celestial?
Nope.
Oh, I knew this was good. I'm sorry I chose to take that language. I'm so excited.
Why are
As
you
you-
sorry? It's helping.
As you move forward, you hear the sounds of disjointed voices echoing around you. As you get closer to the altar, they sound louder, but they don't sound like they're coming from the altar. They sound like a pre-programmed loop of dialogue that is echoing and contacting you all, speaking to you telepathically as you enter. It sounds like quite a bit. Fenris, you are the only one to immediately understand the entirety of the passage, and it's a good couple paragraphs of information.
Oh dear.
It would take you a second to sit down and hear it all out. Do you guys want to keep moving, or do you want to know the full?
I'll
What's
stop.
echo?
I'll stop and listen. If everyone continues.
Alrighty. Assuming everyone waits, you hear the following large explanation that, as you listen to it, you can tell is an appeal from whoever built this place, which goes as follows. Those who trespass, please heed my words. If you have made it this far, it means we are long gone. So I leave this message as a warning and as a plea to sanity. We are the Nephilim, fallen progeny of Mnemosyne, faithful servants of Vestige and the hands that built this vault. What lies within is beyond mortal use. In the age of primal gods and chaos,
Many powerful deities and archfiends battled for this realm. Divine and immortal, this battle was endless. Endless until our Lord Mnemosyne created and spread the influence of Sephirite, a stone that could contain the divine essence of greater beings. One such being broke free of Avernus, and was certain to lay waste to your world.
Oh,
Using
no.
the... You will get this all as text after.
Yes, thank you. I've been trying to write notes. It's the story.
Using the god-slaying spear of Ophiuchus, the Eidolons severed this archfiend's essence from their personage, and sealed it away as Sephirite. This structure exists to house that essence. Should it ever be released, the world as you know it would be shaken to its core. As servants of order and lawfulness, we ask you, turn back. Seek not the cursed power housed here. Those who trespass, please heed my words.
And it goes on to loop after that point.
Thank you.
Yeah.
By Jove, he's after the Sephirite.
Got you, fam.
Appreciate you.
By shit.
Fenris is the only one that understands this.
Yeah.
As soon as she tells us what's going on, I'm just gonna keep moving.
Real concerned about that Avernus line, though.
Same?
Yeah, real bad.
Yo, I've
Also,
been there.
hey,
Fuck that shit.
Message of Ophiuchus.
Hey.
Whatever we can stop Markwire from getting, we leave here. I think is the correct option.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't let him have that of anyone. Out of anyone.
Yeah.
As you guys hear the end of this, you hear a rumbling, as if something large, something made of heavy material, sets back into place. You hear these four sequential coming from off down one of the tunnels, as if large doors similar to the ones behind you had closed one after another. Once again, there's a path going down. Effectively, assuming you're heading straight north, there is a path to the east and to the west of you. The noise you just heard is coming down a large stone path to the west of you. Looking down that way, you guys can see about 40 feet-ish down. There is another large chamber that seems to spread out in different directions. There's also a door before that that is closed and has some writing on it. Where would you guys like to go?
West. Explosion noises.
West?
Oh,
Heading towards the thing I told you happened? What a shock.
West!
As you
If it's
guys...
the same kind of door, that's Merkwire, so that's the way to go.
Yep.
Yeah.
As you guys head down that direction, you pass, you come into a chamber where things open up and you see there's another path up to the north, but you also are in a large chamber where a few different passages that are each about 5 or 10 feet apart all seem to head into another room. You don't pay it much mind, though. You just see that beyond it there's what looks like large lion head statues and a staircase that seems to be heading up to another room. But paying that no mind as you head towards the noise, you look up to the north and you see setting in place this large opaque wall that is only a little bit translucent. It appears to be made of magic, but it sets down in place as if it was physical, causing the area around you to shudder real quick. As it does so, you see as it settles in place, these 4 large circles appear on it, magically carving themselves into it, featuring one has a cobra head, one has a ring, one has a swirling fire, and one has a gargoyle's head. And sorry, there's 5 of them, and one has 2 hands clasped together. You hear from beyond it, there are metallic footfalls, and you hear vague chattering and a familiar voice calling back. Not talking to you guys, but you hear just being like,
I can't wait to hear what your answer for that big dog's gonna be. He mulled over this for quite some time.
And then a very faint, I think I found my answer. Rushing forward towards it, you can see that there are 4 of these semi-translucent doors ahead of you, each of them spaced out about 10 feet. And on the other side of them, backs to you, you see the forms of Scandal and the form you recognize to be of Murkwire, just about to leave your view. But as soon as you stop, you see her turn and look towards you, smiles, lets a little smirk, she gives a smirk, a little as she does. Murkwire stops and slowly turns. And I, finally, after 1,000,000 years, get to show...
Yay! Gimme!
1 second.
Grabby hands.
Grabby hands at updated art.
Gib.
For the first time in your memory since you had been taken captive.
Loading screen.
For the first time since you'd been taken captive.
I've never seen him.
Give it a second as they load. You see the form of the Dragonborn that had taken you all hostage, as well as Scandal floating on her broom next to him, orbiting him like a curious satellite. Heck, can it load?
This is taking his fucking time.
Wow.
Quinn! Oh.
Indeed
There it is.
There we go.
Oh,
Jeebus.
a beautiful boy.
He has the...
Another loading screen.
Beautiful loading screen.
On his back, you see he still has the Messite greatsword, and in his other hand, he appears to be carrying what looks to be a warhammer made of an ivory-like metallic substance, the head of which, instead of the regular head of the warhammer, it appears to be what looks like the head of a sea beast. It almost reminds you of Morganite's head, a sea beast that has a large stone in its jaws.
I'm sensing that might be what we've been warned about.
He stops. Previously been intent on moving forward. He seems to stop on the other side of these doors and turns back towards the lot of you. His eyes slowly darting from one of you to the next. Interesting timing.
I am going to go up to these doors and attempt to start, like, pushing them open.
Oh.
As you rush towards it and you try to get to open one, you find that they are completely flat, despite the images that have appeared on them. By the way, as you look down this hallway, each of the doors has the same set of 5 circles. As you rush forward and try to push against it, Murkwire reaches into part of his plate mail, reaches under into his coat, and he pulls out something that has a shape like it looks like this very flowery looking charm. Unless you have this, you're going to find it hard to get through there, I'm afraid.
Then
How
bring
strange
it back
that-
here so I can kill you.
How strange that you've all found your way back to me.
I have a habit of finding things that belong to me.
He starts turning. I have nothing to say to you. Catch up with me. I'll show you the future of this country. Starts walking. And if you can't catch up to me, you're not worth seeing it. He begins walking. The sound of his plate mail clattering on the stone loudly echoing through the halls as he moves down out of sight as the passageway turns. Scandal does a little spin, follows him briefly, then flies back a little bit to you guys. She gives you a little 2-finger salute, smiles, and then follows after Murkwire and her broom.
What do we do? No, I can't.
These symbols are Eidolons, right? That one, I think. The 2 hands is Tequin?
That's what I gathered as well.
You have some sort of charm.
were they like holy symbols of different Eidolons?
I think so. I think the cobra we've seen before.
Fenris, try touching this door.
I touched the twin door. I touched the door. I touched a
Plus
door.
5 on this.
As you touch it, nothing particularly interesting happens. There's no reaction from it.
All right.
I'ma touch it.
Let's check the other 2 paths.
Okay. I'm gonna prepare a map. So you guys, I have a map for you, but I will throw it at you as areas become relevant. 1 second, please. Waiting for an area to reveal. So I'm gonna throw it at you just so you have a vague idea of where you've moved. Oh, heckin' got some errors when I sent that to you guys. Wonder why.
Yay!
Uh-oh.
Exciting.
Exciting errors.
Such exciting errors.
That's not good.
No loading screen, but it's all black.
Yeah, I just closed it. No.
Yeah. Resize, original size, resize. That's weird. I wonder why I did that.
Fine, we generally understand. So we have 1 path to the north and 1 path to the east, unexplored, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe we can cut him off at a pass.
No,
Just
I
wondering,
think that...
because ever since we changed from advanced combat, we've had some issues with image sharing. I'm just wondering. Yeah. So, as you guys head back, there is... It's weird that it did that for me as well. Click. Can't pay temp drawing, requested file, can't do... wonder if I just get rid of the mask. Huh. Don't mind that. Don't look at stuff.
I've already closed it, so.
Yeah.
I never got whatever I was told to close.
Boop-a-doop, boop-a-doop, ba-doop, boop.
Oh! It might be able to... Sorry, guys.
There we go.
Yeah, that's weird that happened.
I closed it.
I'm sharing it with everybody again.
Okay,
Hooray!
Getting some more errors. Is it still a black screen for you guys, or?
Yes, sir.
Bottom left corner is visible to me.
No corner is visible.
It's black for me.
Yeah, I got nothing.
Again, keep it up.
I can see there.
Don't get rid of it. Keep it up, everybody. But don't look at it.
But
Keep it up. Don't look at it.
I'm gonna try something.
My character sheet's covering the whole thing.
there it is.
I said don't look at it, Carrie.
Sorry, but it changed. It just out of the corner of my eye. Okay, I'm not looking.
Don't look at it, but tell me if things change.
Yeah, right. What the fuck am I supposed to do?
I didn't say tell me if things change, actually.
Yeah, but like, shut up though. Okay.
I never said those words.
Yeah, but like, shut up though.
Everyone be nice to each other, Jeebus.
Never.
Again.
I'll fight you.
All right. Look at it now.
Be nice to each other.
Can you see the thing in the bottom left-hand corner?
Yes.
Yes.
No.
Okay, so for some reason...
Oh,
boy,
yes,
it's not
yes, I can.
Malfunctions.
There it goes.
No.
Quite a bit,
Oh,
though.
it's been all weird.
You gotta zoom out.
I'm
or at
trying.
I'm all. There it is. There it is. There it is.
I'm waiting for Fantasy
Takes a
Grounds
bit
to
to
respond.
update, but yeah, you're good.
What issue are you having,
Fantasy-
Spence?
It's like, I can't zoom in on it. And whenever I try, like, the little circle that Aaron drew is just getting bigger or smaller.
It was doing that for me too, but now it's kind of fixed itself. You want to try again?
It's not doing anything for me.
Click resize, make it small, resize the frame, and then try again.
Small.
Yeah, click like the resize
okay,
thing,
there we go.
small size,
Yeah,
and then
that
resize
helps.
it again.
Yeah, that was
And
weird. Yeah, it's working now.
Okay, I'm gonna reveal more of the area that you guys have had heckin' access to. One sec. What?
Okay, no, I've figured it out.
Proud of you.
There you go.
I may have to relog because it's not responding for me.
Jeez.
Like the program, like Fantasy Ground's not responding for you?
Yeah, it's not responding. Once things started changing, it said it started like going crazy on my end.
Oh, well, if you had to log out and back in, then do so. Heckin' more of it
I've
should
been
just
waiting on
revealed.
it to respond.
So,
It just didn't.
Heckin'. Interesting. Wish I could get to the bottom of exactly what's causing that issue.
Very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So, my boys, you guys would all be in this area over here. Oh, I put you on the wrong layer.
Well, heck.
Well, heck.
And now you've disappeared entirely.
We do that
Everybody's
sometimes.
Throwing you
So
on
what's
the
the
map.
plan, everyone?
So,
Ball.
yeah, the area beside you, there are large statues. There's some walls that are making these tiny tunnels that lead towards the large lion head statues and staircase that I had mentioned to you before. There's the door that I had mentioned that is there. Oh, that probably drew in a weird place for you guys because it drew in a weird one for
I
me.
see it.
Yep, it's along the hallway, and then there's the path going back the other way.
Okay. Well, I've apparently fucked off. So.
The fucking... It's taking me a second to get things on there, Spence. Calm down.
It's just
We
everyone was
love
on
Logan
there. It's
along
just
the
like, and then
way.
you started describing what we see. It's like, oh, I'm not there, I guess.
Aww.
One another.
It's fair. I can't do puzzles anyway. I'm better.
Oh,
It's
mood.
fine.
Hoof.
Yeah,
The
like
way Merkwire was off too then.
Yeah.
I can interact with the map. I can't see anything currently.
Interact with? What do you mean?
Like I can do this.
You can move stuff, but you can't see anything?
You drew the line. Yeah.
I can draw lines and I can move things. I just can't see anything.
Huh.
Maybe the resize thing will work for you as well.
Maybe.
Like just right click and resize it.
It is not doing anything yet.
Okay. Strange.
When I zoom in and out, all of our tokens move.
Yep.
Yeah.
oh
Well,
yeah, wow.
It's not as super important in any case since we're not in combat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep,
I
so...
just wanted to double check just in case it became
I'm
an issue
gonna-
later.
So our biggest options right now, if we're looking at that, would be
So, Merkwire was that way, right? He was down
Yes.
there. Okay.
yeah, we saw him through these doors.
Yeah, and there seems to be this door here, where there's
The
the,
one with the red
5-foot
arrows?
marker. Yeah.
Okay.
So I don't know if that like leads to a room. It looks like.
Which
it
way
leads
did we
to a room.
come from? Did we come from this big ol'
The
entrance
big
here?
Stairs, yeah.
Mhm.
South.
I think so.
From that way.
We could
From
try
where?
the other direction.
Sorry.
From the southern path,
we-
the only one that goes off map.
What's
Okay.
up there? The stairs there.
There's a elevated section where there's a large door at the end of at the top of them. They raise up about those stairs raise up about 10 feet, and then there's a large set of metal double doors at the top of them.
An alliance?
There appears to be written above the door that is there. There appears to be some text that you would not be able to read from where you are.
I'll start making my way towards those.
Hey Logan, I have a question. Is there anything crazy going on Winchester's end? Because if not, can I have some permission to go and look at it from the other side so I can see the map?
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Okay, I think that'd be a lot easier.
Oof.
As you go to look at it. So who's going to look at the door?
Make my way over
There
there.
are lions. I will also go look.
I want to look too.
I'm gonna look at the door over here.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
I'll go with you. Check out this door.
Hell
So,
teamwork.
as you guys go to look at the door that is there, you see that the set of double doors look like they could be opened with relative ease if you so decided to open them. On them, you see text that says, Ioun, ancient god of wisdom, might have suggested one look away from what they cannot control. Never obsess solely over their objective, and stand eye to eye with that which imperils them.
Is it in common?
It is in common.
Boy.
You see, rather, it's written in a variety of different languages with just like lines of text. You see at least like 4 or 5. Fenris would recognize, and there's also a similar line of text over there, but I'll get to that in a second. But at least one of them is celestial, and at least one is common.
I know those languages.
They really don't want us to go in unprepared. No time like the present. I'll open my door.
All right. So as you open the door, you see inside of it. I'm gonna go ahead and reveal some nonsense here. Back to the layer. Shoop. Inside, coming out of the wall, there's a massive head that looks like a stone cobra. It is leaning down, coming out of almost the ceiling and coming down to about eye level for it would be about 6 feet. Its mouth is open and its tongue is flicking up, and set on top of the tongue, you see there's a very small stone. The walls in here appear to be made of smooth stone.
Maybe the tiny stones. I can open the doors.
Should we try to take this one? Or what do we do?
I'm not there.
I'm trying to think of the message and how it applies to the statue.
Same.
The gem is clearly something that we want, but we can't think about it just like that. I'm gonna step in.
Okay, as you step in, nothing particularly strange happens inside.
You know what's weird?
Hmm.
I can see this room. I can't see anything else.
It's because it's showing you only what are revealed after you logged in. It's being weird.
Logan, are you over here with us too? She said you wanted to look at this door.
Me? No.
Yeah. No, okay. Hanging out with Lyra.
Logan is just sitting up against a wall.
Stupid riddles. I hate this room.
I'm gonna delete all of the drawings.
Logan hates riddles because I hate riddles.
Yeah.
Oh, you grump.
I can't do them.
Me neither. I'm still giving a shot.
I'm going to delete all of
they
the
can't click with me.
drawing files that I have.
Poor boy. It'll be okay.
Yeah. You just that riddle is in another language as far as I'm concerned.
I get you, man. Like,
That's weird. I am, for the other one that's over there, I'll just let, as you guys think about that door, the one that is over there that you guys are in front of. That door, again, it looks to be made of metal, a combination of metal with a stone frame around it. There is there's a small window, almost as if it was a prison door that looks inside. Inside, you can see what appears to be a, standing almost as if they're a statue. There's a man made of metal that is holding up a small orb that is floating. They have their hands spread as if they are concentrating on keeping it in the air, but they're completely still, and the orb just floats, bobbing up and down lightly. Written above that door, Fenris, and Fenris and Raleigh, is, "Your rage is not welcome here. Burn to cinders and take your animosity to hell. For those who mean peace, there can be no For those who mean peace, there can be no silence, ambiguity, I've written things wrong, no trickery. If you wish for war, then take heed or drink deeply from the waters of Vestige."
Oh.
Huh. So...
I believe, personally, I wish to prevent war. What's your stance, Raleigh?
Against. I would say against war in general.
Are you lying?
No, I'm not lying. Why would I like war?
No, I'm just asking. That was your opportunity to tell me if you were. And she's gonna try, like, slowly open the door, kind of like a mom opening the door to give the person on the other side a chance to, like, not freak out.
Wow. You slowly open the door.
Oh, yeah.
I wanted to give context. I'm nervous,
No,
but...
it's all good.
Careful, careful.
As you open the door that's in front of you, opening it doesn't seem to cause anything to happen. There is what you recognize to be either an actual or a statue of a Warforged. With the door open, you can get a proper look at it. That is standing motionless at the end, holding this, causing this tiny orb to float between their hands. But as you open it, there's nothing that seems to happen. I will fucking draw out the map for you guys.
Huh. Oh, this is a tight corridor.
This is dangerous.
I would like to
Okay,
investigate the orb, but if that becomes an animated armor fellow, I think we're going to have more problems than we need.
I
Could be
believe I may be
protection.
falling for you.
For those who mean peace, there be no silence, no ambiguity, no trickery. Sounds like they wish for this to be fairly straightforward. Should we just go up and ask if we can have the orb or something?
If you think that'll work, Fenris will just walk in.
You walk in?
Excuse me, kind sir.
Well, maybe not that much. That's a little bit of commitment there, walking all the way in. But I'll approach.
As soon as you step in, you feel this intense heat immediately begin to build up. I would like both of you, please roll me a Constitution saving throw.
Oh! Oh no! Oh no!
Good job, guys.
They're dead. They're fucking dead.
So to hell with us, apparently.
So
Well,
I'm gonna,
they asked if you lied.
so I'd like both of you take 9 fire damage as the room, you see the orb glow lightly and you see the eyes of the Warforged flicker to life, and the entire room suddenly, with no warning, explodes into flames. Intense, as if you're inside of a furnace. You have enough time if you want to continue forward. You can keep moving, but I would like both of you to mark down 9 damage on your sheets as these flames lick and burn you.
Ouchie. What do you think, Izzy? Should I just grab
Izzy?
the orb and run out of I'm asking
It's out of
Izzy as a
character.
player.
Okay.
Izzy, my dear friend,
And
should I just
could you both roll
yoink
me
the
initiative as
orb?
well?
Oh,
Sure.
That's better.
Cool.
whatever. I suggest you leave. I think you should run, mayhaps. That is just my. But should I try to yoink the orb or talk to this Warforged too? Is his eyes still aglow? Are his eyes still aglow? Does he seem
Yeah.
awake, Logan?
You got 6 seconds to in character figure out what you're going to do.
Oh my god! Okay.
We'll say 12 between the two of you, since you both would go before a certain thing would go.
I'd say go and just try and grab it.
I'm gonna walk towards the Warforged, and I shall say words. What words shall they be, Fred?
You say the
I'm
word
on
word.
fire.
Hello. Words.
We're not being silent or ambiguous or tricky.
They're Idolos, just to double check, correct?
Eidolons? Eidolos are demigods.
Right.
I know I mixed them up too, Brett. I hate it.
I know. I'm the cleric of the. This is bad for me.
It's 2 things. You'll get it eventually.
Someday.
It's Vax and Vax.
Dude, right? It's Vax and Vax.
Oh.
So
What
you
do
are
I
choosing to
say?
move forward into the room?
And you're saying words. What words are you saying?
Say some words.
Oh.
So here's what's happening, since
Oh,
neither of you
shit.
have told me you're leaving the room, is we're going to go to the bottom. We're gonna go heck in, Bam. Need another save from you. You fail. Okay, you take some more fire damage. Raleigh, you feel like you are burning to death if you don't leave. It is your turn, Raleigh. Since neither of you have decided to leave, this is going to be combat.
Get the fuck out of here!
Take the orb, please.
Leave, you dumb bitch! Go!
I'm trying to follow the fucking puzzle. I'm puzzling things out.
Turn the sensitivity on your mic down. I'll turn you
up. Just say some words.
I didn't know if it was your okay.
It is currently Raleigh's turn, unless he's ending his turn. Are you staying there?
May we take the orb? I'm gonna back out here.
Good call.
Okay.
May we take the orb? He says.
Goodbye! Alright, then that's your turn. You get no response from it, as you say so. Fenris, you succeed. You take half damage, so you take you take a total of looks like 2.
I beseech you, Warforged. The Sephirite is in danger, and if you stand for what your Eidolon stood for, then please aid us, if you can. And I'm gonna reach for the orb.
Alright. Is that your turn? It begins creaking to life.
Please don't kick my ass.
As you begin
Please don't
reaching
kick my
for
ass.
it, as you reach for the orb, it reaches out and it takes the orb in one of its hands, grasping it firmly, this palm-sized orb. As it does, a wave of fire emits forward, filling the chamber in front of you. Gonna have to have you make a dex save. You succeed, so you're only gonna take half, as it casts burning hands down there. Flames gush out of the orb, rushing forward and covering you. You take 6 damage as it does that. You see its other arm, it pulls it back. The arm unfolds and becomes a blade. As if he was very similar to how Edward Elric's arm might.
Nope. Nope.
Nope. Assuming that those that are over at the other puzzle are currently doing their stuff. In fact,
currently moving.
Yeah. So what are you guys in general over there? What are you doing?
I'm gonna grab either side of its face and look into its mouth.
And look into its mouth?
Yep.
Grabbing either side of it. I assume you're not touching the stone itself currently?
No. Yeah.
Looking at it, you see that there does appear to be a area where it does have a throat carved out, but you can't see anything in it.
Oh boy.
That would be, I'd say, your investigation for this particular round. Lexi and Quintus, is there anything you guys would like to do?
I would like to stand and look into this snake's eyes.
You do. As you stand and look into them, you do find the eyes take on this very faint glow as you meet its gaze. They also begin to glow, but there doesn't seem to be any major effect that comes of it that you can tell.
I'm going to reach into the mouth as I'm staring at the snake.
Alrighty.
I'll take this.
As you grab it, and as you touch the stone, briefly, you feel the sound of the doors behind you as you touch the stone slam closed behind you. And the walls of the room from your direction. You, Vogan and Lyra outside, you both get startled and you see them slam closed. And you don't see this change from outside, but from inside the walls become translucent and you can see outward into the area around you.
Oh.
Keeping your eyes locked with the snakes and removing the stone, though, you take it. The snake's mouth closes. The eyes cease glowing. And the door opens back up.
These are simple. I hear burning behind me.
It's okay. I think we did the right thing.
I have the burning. Friends!
Sees Raleigh. Fucking
You have a small colored stone. It is a small blue gemstone. That is a stone that is carved very nicely. As you say this, Vogan, from where you are leaning against the wall, you see one of the circles on each of the doors. It vanishes. It turns blue and disappears. And the first of the 4 doors that was blocking your path disappears.
Oh, okay. Trial by ass kicking, I see. Well, in our case, at least.
Going to move forward, considering that to be you guys. You also hear.
By the way, Logan, I don't consider that was a simple thing. It took me a long time. I was looking at that like, I think I just need to take it and not like look at it.
It's always you who gets these puzzles,
I can tell you guys
it's
later what would have happened there.
Ooh, cool.
It's not important right now.
I just want you to know that it wasn't. It's just me.
Oh, I don't
simply
care.
Looking at this, I was like, I was like,
You solved a puzzle. I don't care.
I couldn't have done it. I'm too teeny.
My goal is not to make you guys feel dumb or outsmart you. It's a puzzle and you solved it. Who cares?
Yeah.
Moving forward, Vogan and Lyra, for the sake of what we're doing, could you 2 roll initiative?
Yeah.
Ah!
There you go.
Wow.
Vogan's just digging at his ear with his pinky.
Oh no, Arista's on fire.
Oh, jeez.
Okay. So
What else
moving
is
back,
new?
moving back to the top, Raleigh, you see fire come out of that room, gushing forward. You do not hear anything that makes you feel like combat has stopped, and you hear the clanking of metal as that warforged seemed to have sprung to life. It is your turn.
Oh dear. Okay. Fenris, you're gonna probably want to get out of there. Let's see here.
I'm being burned alive.
Crap. Just looking at the puzzle. There's a main piece. I mean, we didn't come at it violently.
He
It
did
still
try to take
attacked
its
us.
orb.
Yeah, but it came to life before. I feel like attacking it is the wrong thing to do.
Oh, maybe let me get out of there first.
Yeah, I would say you should probably get out of there.
What? I'm totally not working on that.
Heck.
I felt like being roasty toasty.
For now, I'm gonna put on armor of Agathis.
Okay.
Oh.
Go ahead and apply the effect to yourself.
A few little cinders left in your coat. Just suddenly turn to ice.
So, as of that happening, Lyra is going to come around the side here. Look to you, see scorch marks on the walls coming out of that room. She's going to get against the wall, bring out her gun, and without looking into there, be like, "What's going on in there?"
Seems some sort of robot, some mechanical being came to life, and it has one of the orbs.
Fire.
Yes, there was a lot of fire.
She's going to
Still a lot of fire.
She looks around the corner, aims her gun in towards the warforged. She pulls the trigger, and as the bullet passes through the door, it disappears. You see this faint shimmering of magic as if the bullet had entered into the surface of a pond as it goes down the hallway, and it vanishes.
Based on the writing above the door, I don't know if any violent action is going to work here.
She looks at her gun as if there was some ambiguity as to whether or not she'd actually shot at it, and then looks back at it, contemplates what she should do. Fenris, you make a save, you take some damage. You're not doing good, Fenris.
No, I
We
think.
come in peace.
The room continues to be ignited. It is still a furnace in there. You take damage from the ongoing flames. You rolled an 8 on your Constitution save and took 7 damage.
I would like
Is it just the hallway that's on fire, or
It
is
is
it the
just
entire room?
It is the entirety of that room on the inside. If you were to step past that door, you would be in it.
Okay.
I'm going to run that far out, and then cast a second level cure.
As soon as you're out of the room, the fire subsides, and the Warforged appears to return to being how it was.
Oh, don't make me go back in there.
That was bad. That was
I'm gonna
real bad.
Cure wounds myself.
Its arm transforms back, plates of metal sliding into each other. It goes back to sitting on the slight elevated pedestal that it's on, puts its hands out in front of it, and the orb floats back in front of it.
I could, in theory, I don't want to do it. Run back down. Oh, I feel much better.
Can we rush to our friend's aid?
Can we?
I could.
Yep, you guys can get over there.
Wait.
I could run in again and then Misty step out with the orb in hand.
If it's fire, I can do it.
Are you two okay?
Oh, yes, we're fine.
Yeah.
Just a little burned.
No.
Fenris, do the waters of Vestige mean anything to you? Has that ever come up? I'm not familiar with religion.
I think that does that ring a bell?
Roll me religion.
Can I roll?
For this case,
come
I'd
on!
say just Fenris. Good job. You did.
Holy
Vote.
shit, Rogan.
Fenris, what is with you today? It's not even me
I
sabotaging
think I drank
the game.
ale that was called the Waters of Vestige one
Yeah.
time.
It's a pretty good time.
Might have been the Waters of Vernon. I'm not sure. I can.
With an 8.
Did you drink some
So
dude
no,
called
you-
Vernon's Pee?
No, you have no idea what it means.
Not off the top of my head, I don't. Maybe holy
One
water?
day I'll use my proficiency in religion for something.
Oh.
Could today be that day, maybe?
It is not that day.
Damn
It is soon, though. One day.
It's religion, so possibly holy water, but I think that's a bit general for the specificity of the riddle.
Do you have any?
I have
like
2.
take out a flask of holy water.
Yeah, I
Oh shit.
show my 2 flasks of holy water.
May as well try it.
Do you think that this test would require us bring something from outside, though?
Probably
What
not.
does it say?
You want a reminder?
You're just not welcome here. Burn to cinders and take your animosity to hell. For those of you who mean peace, there can be no silence, no ambiguity, no trickery. If you wish for war, then take heed or drink deeply from the waters of Vestige. I think it means if you do not listen, you will drink deeply from the waters of Vestige.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perhaps.
So then how do we...
So should you just like run in there screaming? It didn't
Or-
says no
Oh,
Sounds
silence.
like maybe because you're not supposed to be
I was
silent.
about to say, perhaps it's just as simple as the last.
So,
I'm resistant to fire. I'm gonna just go
As
straight
soon
up
as-
to it.
Be sure to
so
scream.
Miriam, are you doing anything in particular when you walk in?
I'm just walking straight towards it, not really regarding
I'd
anything
like you to
else.
roll me a Constitution save.
Rogan, he's not screaming. It's not gonna work.
You have
I
to
don't
say
know.
you'll come in peace.
So,
Maybe. I don't
Maybe
know.
no weapons?
So as soon as you step in, it once again ignites into flame. You take half, right? So you take 3 fire damage as you walk in. Are you continuing forward, like you're continuing towards the end of it to try to get the orb?
Yep, I'll walk with my hands out, just towards the orb in the first place, and I'll.
Okay. I'd like you to roll initiative.
Yep.
Man, you are getting all kinds of not.
As you
Not
walk
a-
forward, you
shit,
see it
dude.
once again reaches its hand out, puts it on the orb, moves it to one side, arm changes into that of a blade.
I'm going to need that, friend.
All right. Are you going to do anything with your turn, or is your turn spent
I
approaching
will
it?
reach out to touch the orb. I will not take it. I will simply grasp it.
Okay. Is anybody outside going to do anything? Because Raleigh, Lyra, Fenris, and Vogan, your turns will come before it. So are a lot of you going to do anything before it presumably gets a turn?
No.
Right.
Should the rest
The
of
only
us
thing
roll
I
for
can
initiative?
think...
Should the rest of us roll for initiative?
Yeah, you should roll initiative as well, guys. That's
Okay.
fair.
The only thing I can think to do wouldn't help at the moment. He would have to
I'm very
leave.
low.
Alrighty. So yeah, we'll just go down the list. So, you doing anything?
Yeah, no, my only idea is to go in there without any weapons, but can't do that at the moment.
Also, you did not put the armor of Agathis on yourself.
Didn't I? I clicked
Why
the
not?
effect.
You did heckin'. Oh, it's not listed as self.
It's like on the Scorching Warforged.
No! That's not what I meant to do at
Miriam gets
all.
burned to a crisp, walks up, touches it, freezes. What?
Got
Well, I
him.
seem to have made things exponentially worse.
Yeah.
But yeah, you gotta. So Raleigh, what are you doing?
I guess all I'll say is out loud, like, perhaps we cannot go in there with any sort of weaponry. I don't know. It's a thought.
Shot.
Maybe.
Is anybody between these turns going to be doing anything?
Does Kitty have any weaponry though?
I have a sword.
Yeah.
I'm looking at my. Well, it's not good nor evil. It's just fire damage. That wouldn't really help. Never mind.
All right.
I'm not gonna do anything.
Lyra's going to defer to the rest of you guys. Lyra will actually, real quick, Lyra will go ahead and cast Cure Wounds on Raleigh.
Oh, thank you.
Where's the fire actually coming from, Logan? Is it coming from him?
It seems to just be emitting from everywhere. It is just
Okay.
the room immediately catches on fire without any kindling or seeming source.
Gotcha,
it just
gotcha.
ignites. Heckin, boop, and a little bit of healing for Raleigh. Have 11 hit points, Raleigh. She puts her hand on you.
I'll be on the side taking notes. If you guys perform admirably at this, then it might end up in a sonnet, and if you do badly, then it might be heard in a bar somewhere. Let's find out.
Excellent. Oh, you'll want to step out of the way of the door. I just remembered. Yeah, that should be fine.
She takes a step to the side. Logan, do you want to do anything?
No.
Oh, you don't want to rush in there and beat it up?
Of course I do, but that's not how to solve it.
I mean, you don't know.
It's just
no,
our
I'm
best
not-
guess.
Just beat it up without rage.
I'm not gonna do that. No.
Lexi?
Nope. Got nothing.
All right. It's going to
I'm the only one below him.
So gotta roll to see if it does not get that back. In that case, it's going to attack you, Miriam. It brings up its arm blade, and it's going to make 2 attacks against you. It strikes forward with the first as you try to grab for it, and that one's that first attack. You say cutting words? You already said it! Use it! Use it! You already said it! Cool. It was a nat 1, so my brain just jumped to, and it failed. So, it strikes at you. You duck to the side. It comes at you again through the flames, and that one hits. You notice as it strikes you, the blade that it's using appears to have also absorbed much of the heat. It is red hot as it strikes you. You take 9 damage, but you resist a little bit, so you actually take 8 damage.
Wow.
You resist one of the 2 fire damage that strikes you. As it does this, it continues looking like it's going to try to attack you. Quintus.
I will drop my standard, mostly because it will burn in the fire. But seeing this thing is going to is attacking Miriam, I'd like to rush in to potentially try to defend him.
As you rush in, as you get into the first space, I'd like you to roll me a Constitution save.
Blah.
You succeed, so you take half of this, take 4 damage. As you step in, you notice that the flames become thicker and hotter.
Ooh.
For every person, there's more fire.
Was it thicker and hotter when the other 2 were in, though? I don't think it was.
They didn't have a point of reference.
That's true, they didn't have a point of reference. I rush in, I note that the fires are getting hotter, and I don't want it to negatively affect Kitty, so I'm like, and I step back.
All right.
I don't want the increase in fire to hurt Kitty.
Yeah. As you step back out of it, your armor cools down, there's a little bit of steam coming off of it, and the flames subside back to where they were before.
Kitty!
Assuming that's your turn.
That's my turn.
You took that 4 damage, by the way.
Oh, sorry, I thought you put it on me. I'll do it.
Boop.
All right, gonna need a saving throw coming into your turn, Miriam. You take 2d6. You resist it down to 1 damage.
God,
Nice.
oh, the best person to be in there.
Fucking Fiona's really fucking pulling her weight right now, huh?
Mm-hmm.
What would you like to do?
I'm gonna disengage and casually walk away.
All right. As you disengage, you get away. It brings its blade up as if it's going to strike you when you move, but you both get out of its range quick enough, and also it doesn't seem interested in following through. That as soon as you are out of the room, assuming that you're moving out of the room, it once again resets and returns to its previous position.
Kitty burned away in the flames.
I've vanished.
Oh, Kitty, no.
Where have you gone, Miriam?
No, Mary.
I have no idea.
Into the ether.
There you are.
Aha!
I have an idea that I'll be doing between heckin'.
There might be
well,
merits
once
to
we
the
go
no
on break.
weapons thing.
Did you walk out with the orb, or did you not?
No, I touched it, but it wasn't letting go.
Yeah.
I see.
I have another thought that may be slightly less dangerous to try first. Lexi, what's the range on your mage hand?
I was kind of thinking the same thing, but I don't know if it's gonna work because magic things. But what is?
Oh, so that seems like trickery.
True.
Yeah.
I mainly only suggested it because if it goes wrong, it's
Well,
less
someone has to
likely
try
to
this.
hurt us.
Part. Yeah.
Someone
But-
has to try the no weapons thing.
I'm
I'll
willing
do it
to
again.
try.
I'm fine. Fire isn't a big deal for me.
Do you think my shield is a weapon?
I wouldn't risk it.
I mean, I could also turn into a fox and try to go up and grab it. I'm super fast. But,
There can be no ambiguity, so whatever that means.
yeah.
Just go in like with nothing, like in our underwear or something. Like
I can do
no
that.
ambiguity. Of course.
I mean, at the mention of anyone stripping, just
There's nothing wrong with that.
looks down.
Could get
looks
behind
away
that,
from
Winters. Why
group
don't you give it a shot?
respectfully.
I will put down my battle axe, all of my javelins, my morning star, my net.
We spend the
My
10 minutes
standard.
getting your armor off.
I will not be doing the armorless thing.
Okay.
When you do, you are committing 20 minutes to the roundabout getting it off and on.
Exactly. That's why I'm not doing that.
Well, with Miriam's help, you'd be committing 10 minutes.
I
Would it
place
be-
down all of my weapons, and I will look to my shield. It's not a weapon, but it's technically-
Ambiguity.
No ambiguity.
Yeah, I put down my shield.
Alrighty.
I will start making my way in. As soon as I do, it's like, if I make it to it, I'll see what I can do.
Are you just approaching it, walking casually towards it?
I will make my way inside. I will not be walking casually. I'll walk at a brisk pace.
Maybe like put your hands up, like you show you're not holding a weapon.
I will
above your
walk.
head.
No, I know what I'm gonna do. I will walk to it. I will smile at it. I will try to just let this man know I am a knight of proud. I'm a knight of proud heritage. I mean him no harm.
Quick, T-pose at him. No, I'm kidding.
I will T-pose as I go down the hall.
That's your dominance.
That's the sort of dominance. You don't want that.
There's a difference between rage and dominance. All right.
It's ambiguous.
You'll see it as a threat.
I will walk confidently inside.
Okay. As you walk forward, you get into the first section of it, the first 5 feet or so. You see its eyes light up again. This red, fiery glow, as if inside its skull there was a fire burning. And you see the orb between its hands also begins to glow a little bit brighter. Its fingers twitch, as if you make it nervous walking forward. But you do get into that first 5 feet without causing anything to happen. The room does not explode into flames.
My name is Quintus Valorbilt. I step forward more. I'm here for that orb, so that I might right the wrongs that are done in this place.
You take another step forward and get another 5 feet in. As you do, its hands come together underneath the orb, as opposed to grabbing it. It seems to wrap its fingers together underneath it, and the orb floats down into them. It cups its hands slightly over it, not totally hiding it, but the room does not ignite.
Oh, he's doing it.
I step forward.
So far.
I will admit I am not someone who has been without war in his life, but I would love nothing more than to have a peaceful days after which I've defended my homes.
As you walk another 5 feet forward, continuing to speak, I need you to make a con save.
That's fine. Well.
So you are going to take 8 fire damage. Please knock that off your own sheet. As you take another step forward past that point, something that you do causes it to take alarm. It once again grasps it in one hand. You see the arm turn into a blade, and the room catches on fire again.
You had it.
Maybe not speak about your intentions, just to perhaps.
Going down to you. It's going to take a turn, so you would have been about there. As it takes it, it aims it forward towards you, and it's going to cast Scorching Ray.
Oh.
You see several bolts of flame erupt and fly towards you. Cool. So it gets a crit on the first one.
Oh, yeah.
It blasts you. You take 18 fire damage from the first one. Another one flies towards you. That one you duck away from and it misses. And then the third one soars towards you and also misses. Your turn.
I will be hit with these flames. I will try my best not to just fucking run.
Oh.
You gotta hit that reset button. It's never turned off while someone's in the room.
Yeah. We don't know if you have to reset it.
I'm so close, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. So is your HP.
Nah, it's fine. My
I would
HP's
say
fine. What are you talking about?
come back out, try it again. This time, don't mention you've done war.
That's not the lie.
This is no trickery.
Yeah.
Doesn't say tell them your life
no
story.
ambiguity.
Yeah.
That also doesn't mean tell your life story. That means don't say gray things. Don't be like, I could be doing good. It's ambiguous.
So what are you doing? Curtis?
I feel like we're all yelling at you to come back out.
Get the fuck out!
Or stay and die. Honestly, as a fellow dyer, do what you want.
Quintus just stares forward at him. We haven't seen it turn off, but I feel like I'm so close.
Quintus, you need to get out. You're gonna get hurt more.
We can try again. Just come back.
You haven't heard after me.
I'll get you.
Just on fire.
You get out. You step back out. You get out the door. It all turns off. It resets and goes back into its position.
I'm glad I didn't bring the standard in. I did good. It almost worked. Why?
You mentioned
You were very
defending your
close.
homeland, which involves violence, which is war.
Yes, but that's honorable.
That's war, Quintus.
Yes. It probably has different standards. It
Yeah,
probably
the
needs to be
Eidolons
honorable
don't
But we
care.
have the highest standards.
Just don't mention war. Just don't do that. It's probably a good start.
I want
try
to
again.
heal you. I really want to heal you, but I've only got 1 second level slot left.
I can try again. One moment. Let me catch my breath.
All right, I'm gonna put my sword on the ground and walk in while he's catching his breath.
Well, no, I catch my breath like this, and then I step back in.
I will say, if for the sake of letting people give their go, if Miriam wants to give it a try, then I see no reason why
Well,
not.
if you would like, yes, go ahead.
So, Miriam, are you leaving your weapons behind?
Yes.
Okay. You step in. You make it into the first space. Once again, it reacts by its fingers tremble slightly. It ignites as if giving you attention.
Hello again. It's me, Miriam. I'm just here to pick up that stone if I could. We needed to get through some doors, and I would particularly like it if you'd let me have it. I'm gonna keep walking forward as I chat. I don't really like being on fire as much as it doesn't bother me as much as most. But you seem like a reasonable statue, or warforged. So I was hoping perhaps we could come to an amicable conclusion where I simply walk away happily and peacefully with this lovely shiny ball of goodness, or whatever it is. If perhaps you don't like this, just give me a wink and I'll be on my way. Or fire, I guess, but I prefer not.
It gives you like 3 winks.
Okay, so you are on the cusp of what the solution is. I'm gonna say roll a persuasion check.
Hell yeah.
Oh.
Inspiration, because why the hell not?
It's just like a hair on my head still smoking as I'm just like thumbs upping down the hall like, you got this!
Oh, jeez!
Nice.
As you move forward, as you step forward, you begin emoting to it, talking to it, saying everything
I put my
you
hands
want.
in the same shape as its.
Yeah, as you do, as you move your hands around and step forward, for a brief moment you see it react, and you see it reaching for the orb, and then it suddenly stops. You freeze in place as if knowing the fire's about to start up again, but it stops, cups its hands entirely under the orb, and having frozen in place, you realize that while you've been talking, the exact position that you've frozen in, your hands are in the air, as if to surrender, just as part of inflecting and emoting to it. It kneels down and gets on one knee as you make it into the third space, and then its eyes go out, and it holds the orb up.
I'll grab it. You're right, Raleigh.
Yeah, I will.
He said it. Internally screaming.
I still don't agree with the whole war thing.
That's because you like doing war, Quinn.
It's cause you didn't, the third thing you had to do was
concerned.
make some large recognizable gesture that you were no harm.
Ah.
You were just walking forward. You made it very clear that you were just...
Confidently?
Yeah, man.
He was intimidated by your confidence.
You 6'4"
I am very
male lad.
intimidating.
Oh. This is us making you feel better.
Logan, out of the corner of your eye around the corner, you see the edge of another one of the walls disappears.
Neat.
Oh, jeez.
Now beat him up, kitty!
I'm okay.
No!
He's a butthole. Get him.
By the way, I've put
Hey.
both of the items in the party sheet.
Oh.
I think
Which one was the one that we got from
the red orb was the one you just got. The colored stone is from the snake. I think right there. Let's go ahead and take a break because there's something I want to try that may fix the map.
Cool.
Yes, I would love to see the map.
Yes, I have a suspicion. So we're gonna go to the heckin' thumbnail screen, and boom. I have a suspicion.
And I'm just like, but that's honorable.
I don't understand.
But my honor is my life.
Gonna go refill my water.
Sure thing.
Same.
And did you know that
Fenris,
my honor is my life?
So yeah, the main thing ultimately is speaking that you didn't mean any harm was a way to, steer into it, but the large thing there was no weapons and making a clear gesture that you came in peace. Or you could have just killed it. But then the orb would have shattered.
One thing I was thinking about doing at the very end is like just trying to take it from him, but that probably wouldn't have been great.
When he grabs it, you'd have to have killed him to get it out of his hand.
Mm.
Okay. Open with. I'm going to try something that may or may not work. I think I may know what's up. We'll see. But while we're on break, how you doing, chat?
Hello, chat. A warmonger? No.
Quintus
it's honor.
Warmonger confirmed. Scale image. %. I may just have to.
Are you insane? Do you have any idea how valuable those are?
not warmongering. It's just, you know, if war happens to happen, then I will
God.
defend my land with all of my power.
That makes sense.
And probably smile through it because, you know, you have to make sure that your troops know that you're confident.
And an emotionless psychopath.
You have to make sure that you take down the enemy leader as well to demoralize them.
Of course.
You know, like
Okay.
chop off their head, parade it around.
Only
Make
for the
sure
first
that the
day.
enemy knows that their leader is dead. You know.
Only for the
basic
first
stuff.
day.
Yeah. Basic stuff.
War.
Honorable.
War never changes.
Honorable stuff. Honorably parade their
Thank you, Darius.
leader's head around.
Yeah.
On a pike.
Just
That
honorable
was
things.
it's to show that he died in battle, which is the most honorable way to die. But I
Hashtag
was
just
victorious,
honorable
so I have to
things.
assert my dominance
Yeah.
honorably.
Yeah. It's fine.
He would make a really
Sounded
good
like a true
conquest paladin.
hobgoblin there.
It's like a true hobgoblin. Yeah, I
Quintus
will.
would make a good conquest paladin, is all I'm saying.
I will definitely say that killing it definitely was a solution to that problem.
It's just we wouldn't have got the orb. Like, it still would have had something similar, but like...
You would have solved the puzzle, but no direct reward.
Yeah. That's not honor? You're not honor.
You're not.
Take that.
Yeah!
No, you!
Who are you to define honor? Did you fight in a goblin war?
I'll have you know that I disagree, and I'm ready to fight you so that I can prove that I'm right.
I'm going to share a map.
That sounds honorable.
I just made a new version
was
of the
one- that was
map
one of the-
that I think should work.
That was one of the things I was thinking.
I'm gonna see if it works. I think this may purely be a size and bitrate issue. So I'm going to share this. Please don't give me any errors.
It's a big ol' heckin' image right there.
Oh, damn.
Did this one share though?
It's loading.
Tell me if it be.
Yes, I can see
This
see
one
things.
worked?
Yeah.
Okay. And you can see things and like you can move things around and it like works and
Nothing's
stuff.
on the map.
Well,
but-
nothing's no. I didn't move anything there yet.
Here, I can draw an arrow.
Draw an arrow. Do it.
I did it. I do it.
Ha-ha!
There it is.
Just to be fancy.
Okay,
I'll draw a
good.
circle.
Good to know. I think that the extension we put in, I think it doesn't care for files that are as big as we used to be able to manage. So noted. I don't. That's totally fine. It doesn't really matter to me how clear the maps are, as long as you can tell where stuff is. So, note to self: nothing more than half a megabyte in size, and nothing larger than 3,000 pixels. Good.
Makes sense.
That will be my stuff. I may, if I want to have bigger maps, I may just chop them up into smaller chunks and have them be individual files from now on.
When I got the maps for the Avernus campaign in D&d, I had to resize all the maps because they were way too fucking big to be able to like normally load. So I was messing around in Photoshop for such a long time, just like, all right, what's the perfect size that it doesn't lose too much quality but can run in fantasy grounds.
Big gosh darn oof. I'm gonna lose all the pre-prep work I did on this map, like fucking encounter placements and whatnot, but that's fine. I can get that stuff reset
I'm
quickly.
back and the map is giant.
It's a new map. It's actually smaller, if you can believe that, and this one should work properly.
That's nice.
Yeah,
In,
I think
I'm not on it.
I know. I'm. You
He's adding people
fucks. Have some patience.
One of the funny things about the whole the fighting thing is that I was joking around with them with Aaron whenever we were making Quintus, and like one of the things that I was joking about with is just like they go to like a bar and like anybody who'd like really disagree with Quintus, he'd be like, I disagree with you back. I say we should fight, and whoever wins is correct.
Whoever wins is correct. That's not how that works.
No, that's how it
exactly
works.
how it works.
Terrible system, Quintus.
Clear all initiatives. Bam. Okay. And
I
now
don't
that-
respect anyone who's not a proven warrior. It's in my flaws.
Now I'm gonna really quickly
Spider
see
in
if
the
I
wind, What are you
can
talking about?
see if I. What? What's going on?
This Ride in the Wind's like, Carrie, this is an intervention. We need to talk about your poison addiction. I haven't been poisoned in a while.
Is
Poisoned
That's right,
yesterday.
yesterday.
That doesn't count.
unrelated for some reason?
Unrelated.
I'm talking about here.
It's like, hey, shut up.
Yeah.
Be quiet.
I mean, it only like affected me for one round, and then I killed the thing. So whatever.
And that makes you correct.
Fine. It makes me correct. Exactly.
Exactly.
Was I poisoned? Was I
You
poisoned
won.
last
That means all your ideals are better
Last
than
week.
theirs.
Did I get
Not last
poisoned
week.
Yeah, someone's like, I got poisoned last week. I don't remember getting poisoned last week. Did I?
You were hit with poison damage?
Yeah, but
But
not
it wasn't
like
poison.
It wasn't poison.
poison.
You
You
weren't
didn't
poisoned.
have disadvantage.
Yeah, it's different. Okay.
Yeah, you weren't poisoned.
Yeah. Why do you think I fucking took the thing for Isla, where she's like immune to that shit?
God.
God.
It's actually funny because I probably wouldn't have done it in the moment. Like if I would have found out the whole like putting your hands up and surrender. Like in the moment I might have done it, but like now I'm thinking about it. It's like if I was to play Quintus correctly, he wouldn't have put his hands up and surrender.
Oof.
So I think this is fine. This is a fine way this ended.
I'm sad you didn't T-pose. Would have been the best.
Not nearly enough dominance.
It's just like somebody's like surrender. Make me.
Oh my god.
How about you tell that to my standard? Kidding.
Alright.
You're gonna get
Well,
set on fire
I
and
I will be
die!
right back, and I'm very happy that we have now got this heckin' thing working.
Yeah.
I just imagine him saying that and just hearing a collective sigh out of the room as it goes.
Yeah, he gets right there, right up to it. In this universe, the thing said kneel or surrender, and Quintus is just like he's almost there, about to get the thing. Points at him. No, you make me.
God damn it.
You got it. I will say that there's nothing in here that can't be brute forced through, but that's
Oh, that's dangerous information.
Yeah, I kind of
Bogan,
don't want to.
you must love that information, right?
No.
Fucking Bogan's just going around punching statues. Did I do it? Did I solve the puzzle?
No. I'm not gonna be participating in any puzzles.
oh.
Try.
What's the worst thing that
No.
happens?
You're such a sourpuss.
die.
Come on. I'll heal you, you little butthole. Come on.
To be fair, having someone at full health is probably a good idea when
Yeah.
we're done with the puzzle.
Yeah.
But
So
we still
I'm
have
gonna
full
leave
health.
this up to people who can think about puzzles.
My response to the worst thing that can happen is I die. So does combat. You do that happily enough, you big baby.
Yeah, I understand combat. I can't understand puzzles.
That's right.
I have spell slots. I have like most of us. I have 4.
You have a
first-
limited number of spell slots,
Yes.
ma'am.
Yes. But I'm
Which you
still
should
heal.
save for the Murkwire fight,
Oh, I'll just hit
ma'am.
him with my wall. My.
You're
trying-
trying to call your ma'am forever. Like,
Well, listen here,
ma'am.
Mr. Buttface. I have
Whoa!
1/3, 1 second, and all my first level. And worst comes to worst, I'll just bap him with my warhammer.
I think the two of you should fight to determine who's
Yeah,
correct.
No!
It's the way to decide this.
Solve problems like this.
Like, I don't know.
What? How
I
many
know you
spell
were-
slots do you have left?
I just said them. 1/3.
You said you have spell
1
slots
second.
left.
No, I just went through renaming them
She went
too.
through them, yeah.
Oh, okay, I didn't hear it. Go ahead, do it again.
Oh, you didn't hear it. Oh,
Do it again!
Do it again.
I'm waiting.
1/3. I'll say it slowly this time. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. We're
Hold
in chat 19 together.
Hold on.
It's gonna be great. I'm so excited.
4 first level, 1 second level, 1 third level.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's not that many.
I will still use them to heal your dumbass. Just try. Have fun.
No.
Play D&D,
I don't have
you
fun with
coward.
puzzles.
Like, you don't
I
like
don't have fun with
puzzles.
puzzles.
Don't force Spencer to do something he doesn't want to do.
It's true.
I
The option
know.
is open
Try
to
to
you
find
should
the
you
fun,
wish
though.
to
I
do
love-
it.
Yeah.
I will not force you to do anything.
Good.
But the option is there if you wish to. It is your choice.
Y'all,
love how
y'all can
this-
have fun with your puzzles.
I love how this is, hey, Bread,
Damn it.
stop picking on Spencer.
Yo, right? You need to start getting critted on, girl. You need to stop.
No, it's still gonna be me.
I was just. You
Oh,
were so sad you were
I'm in the
unconscious
fight with
last
bread.
time.
The universe is gonna fucking get me.
Dude, fucking weird, like, trying to solve this puzzle, and then it's like, all of you did it wrong, and for some reason, Vogan got crit on, and he's like, come on! I wasn't participating!
It fires 3 scorching rays. One hits Quintus, the other misses Quintus, the third streaks down the corridor, turns down the
Around the
hallway,
corner,
and crits on Vogan.
Why? Why? Why me?
Oh, poor boy.
This puzzle was a participation grade. Perish.
This game hates me.
Oh,
This game doesn't want me to play in it.
But I love you, though.
Your roll says otherwise.
I don't listen.
It's
Listen
a
here.
game of luck.
Listen, looking.
Oh, man.
Do it. Go into great detail about how much you love him. Do it.
Look and listen.
It's a
I won't
little
believe
bit
him.
funny.
His roll says,
Oh, Aaron,
says he
no,
hates
I'll
me.
die.
The universe.
By the way,
hates
in case anyone's interested in what would have happened with the snake thing, gates would have come down, locking anybody that wasn't past those little barricades, those small hallways, would have locked them in. It would have closed, making it so only the person that is inside the snake room would have been in there. And big old poison gas would have started filling up the room from the lion heads. And then the 2 solutions would have been lock eyes with the snake and take the thing, or it would have been break the lion heads, in which case you would have solved the puzzle, but the snake would have been like, gulp.
So,
Fuck.
what you're saying is, if Carrie would have had a turn, she would have been poisoned.
Right? Oh my god.
It would have actually been acid damage.
Ah,
Oh,
It would have been
okay.
corrosive acid mist that would have worn you down.
As Lexi's face is melting off, Carrie's like, "Thank God."
And the
Yo,
walls would have been
right.
the walls would have turned transparent, so
She
that
ain't
anybody
so
that's
cute
in the
no
room
more.
could have seen their friends melting.
It's
Yay!
Lexi could have. I don't know what.
These Eidolons fucking suck. They're assholes.
These
Hang
are
on.
yours.
You take
No one
that
is supposed
back.
to be
You
in
go
here, my
stuff
dude.
it.
Yeah, but
These
then
Eidolons
just
are
like,
really
watch your
mean
friends
about-
die.
Protecting this possibly god-slaying weapon.
It should also be noted that though the Eidolons are all considered to have the world's well-being in mind, this particular Eidolon is considered heretical.
I see.
Yeah, and I don't.
Oh, yeah,
I don't
They
think he likes.
they represent magic.
I don't think they
the
like
chaotic
mortals.
mess that is magic.
Wee.
They are like they're like if Vecna decided to play nice with other godlike beings. We
Oh,
accept you're part of our
true.
club, Vecna, but like there's a different table for you.
Oh yeah, Logan.
Aw.
Very unrelated, but
poor
talking
Vecna.
about magic reminded me. In the new Baldur's Gate game, they're gonna have a limit on like the level of spells you can cast. I think the limit is like 5th level
Okay.
spells.
Oh,
Because programming like Meteor Swarm or Wish would be a
I
nightmare.
understand.
God,
Would that be so good?
I have similar views on it's not why I made this world how it is, but I have developed an opinion on 6th level and higher spells that leads me to be like those are when you start undoing the fabric of reality. So
That's where a lot of MacGuffin spells exist.
yeah.
Like it's
So,
rare. It's rare that a player is ever going to employ Magic Jar. It's not impossible, but they
why,
have
yeah.
to plan it out and explain it, and like that's sessions of work to do.
When we
Compared
go
to you open a door and there's a jar,
Yeah.
and your body gets snatched.
When we go back to Fate, I'm gonna be putting some limits on what people can take regarding magic above 6th level. Like I've mentioned this casually before, but specifically that I'm gonna consider that stuff to be like if you have spells above that level, spell slots I'm fine with. So if you have spells above that level, there should be a reason, and you should have like 1 or 2 at most. Cause
Is Foresight available?
there's gonna be some hand waving where we just don't talk about some of the spells having been used already, I think.
But you didn't answer my question.
I certainly didn't.
You son of a bitch. I'll
Oh
kill you.
no!
I'll deck you in the fucking shins if you take foresight away from me.
Not his shins.
They're gonna punch his shins.
You take
Yes, I'm gonna deck him in his
away from
shins.
a servant.
Oh yes.
He's gonna walk funny for a goddamn minute. And
Oh,
it's gonna be
shit.
all my fault.
Servants are an exception to
Totally.
these things.
Yeah, I was about to say Sun's gonna be casting a lot of foresight. I'm
Alrighty.
So
Are you guys good to jump back in now that we have the fucking map all working and such?
Yeah.
Vogan, I wouldn't count this place out. I'm sure there's something in here for you.
Oh my god.
Well, I'll participate when it comes up.
Oh, you butt.
Open the door. The puzzle is
Button.
kill this thing.
The puzzle is a dragon.
It's like, neat!
I have the answer.
Oh
The answer
man,
is
if,
violence.
if only someone the riddles just punch this wall as hard as you can.
Yeah.
It's not even a riddle. It just.
And then
says
I'll
that,
botch
it's
the
like,
roll.
punch-
So-
No!
Worse yet, Fenris is like, no, you were like all
Alright.
the way over there. I've got
I
it
have-
from here.
I have switched us back. Let's jump back in.
I'm sick of your positive attitude, Fenris.
I've redone what I can of putting stuff on the map. Let's jump back in, my boys.
Shall we make our way to the east?
Sounds like a plan.
Now that I can see what's down there.
Coughs
many
up
more do we
smoke.
need?
Now that I can finally see! Quintus, you've had your eyes closed the entire time.
You guys, as you guys prepare to head down in that direction, you hear what sounds once again like an eruption, as if some large stone door. It sounds very similar to the front doors to this place, as if they began to open and moved, and you hear the echoing, unbelievably resonant sound of what appears to be a lion's roar through the entirety
Princess,
of
I
the
think
area.
this is your calling card.
The sound of it is coming back from the direction Murkwire went.
Oh.
Don't waste any more time. Let's go.
Yep.
Yes, let's get
Make
the other
haste.
2 orbs.
Oh, I have that spell.
All right,
Shit, dude.
heading down there just
Yeah.
for the sake of getting us to our conclusion regarding heckin' where you guys want to go.
You can make me really gross.
Yeah, man.
You can
I
make
can
me.
make a lot of
You
people
can make
really
me
gross.
really gross too. You're not special.
Hey, I'm thinking about me, alright? Like, fucking-
I mean,
Hell.
she
So,
can make
You're not
herself.
heading down
special.
there, you guys come to a there's a hallway. As you guys continue to move, you find that there's a light mist that is filling the area, as if it's coming off the walls. It's not unpleasant. It seems to be keeping the area cool, as if it was freezing everything. You notice that there are areas where there's a little bit of condensation on the walls from it. It doesn't appear to be coming from any certain place. But you guys get up to there. You see there are 2 paths, neither of them particularly distinct. You hear the light sound of water, as if there was a large pool of water from the first pathway that you pass by, and from the other one, you hear a sound as if several combatants were all readying swords at the same time, the collective clinking of blades.
Well,
Great.
Oh, bother.
Quintus appears to be heading up that way.
Raleigh has become Winnie the Pooh.
As he was always meant to be.
I'll stand to the side and let Vogan pass me.
I know, I'm wanting to do that too.
You go ahead. This is your moral path.
So, heading up that way.
Trying to like flatten against the wall. Like, go, Vogan, go ahead, go.
Heading up into that hallway, you guys come into a hallway with a checkered floor in it, upon which you see there are 9 indentations in the walls that each has a pedestal, upon which there is a series of what look to be gargoyle busts, all of them different levels of age. You see that 4 of them have blades that they're holding in their hands. They're holding them up as if they were preparing them, as if they were swearing to them. They're the blades flat side pressed against their foreheads. And the ones in the middle, because that would be these ones.
Oh, the sword salute? Yeah.
And these ones are the sword salute ones. And then the 4 that are in the middle, they appear to have their claws outstretched as if they were more bestial. And then there is one that's in a cubby on the far side that looks like it's shirking back, as if it's pulling back away from the pedestal into the wall. It has its arms wrapped around what looks to be a very elegant-looking scabbard for a broadsword.
Step.
Is there any writing anywhere?
If you guys were to, Vogan, are you... Oh, Vogan! Again, don't kill Fenris. Are you going to be looking for something?
Tempting as it may be.
Yeah.
Roll me investigation, Vogan.
Okay. Can it...
Oh,
yeah.
Lexi.
Can I help
I was gonna ask if
him?
it could be intimidation because I have proficiency, but
Let
my
me
investigation's still
help
higher.
him.
Yeah. Sorry.
Intimidate the walls. Tell me where the writing
13.
is.
Looking around, you do find that as you enter into the room, you turn back and you see above the door there is written something that is in several different languages, but it appears to have been chunks of it have been scratched off, and it looks like blade marks, as if blades had been plunged into the writing to destroy
Like
it.
was, yeah, like it was sabotaged.
Oh, someone really doesn't want us to read this.
Does it look like a great sword?
It does not. It looks like long sword or short sword blades.
Okay.
Do they look old?
Nothing in here looks old. This place all looks relatively pristine.
I more meant the sword marks, like if they were made recently or.
With a 13, you can't quite tell what their age appears to be.
Fair. Is there anything legible, or is it all nothing?
If you were to investigate it closely and look at the line of common that is there, you would see that the riddles mostly, there's like 2-word chunks that are left, mostly meaning nothing. You see some reference to crowns, war, you see like bestial and those who claim a higher, and then nothing. And then the last two, or the last set of words that you see at the very end of it are, but so it devolves, as it would.
This means nothing to me.
Yeah.
Well, I
any
mean,
of the
most of
writing
it's
look
missing,
like
so it's hard to figure out.
Does any of the writing look like it's in that same tongue that
The same damage
we're
exists
looking at?
across all languages.
Okay.
Darn, we can't just like piece words together from like different language
Oh, that would have
lines.
been cool. Oh man.
The other lines would have slightly different meanings, but there's not nearly enough to piece together what looks like a full one. Plus, because they're in different languages and the meanings of words might be different, associating all of their meaning from the different languages would be difficult, given the lost context on each line.
Well then, let's see what happens. Oop.
Ooh.
As you step in, nothing seems to occur within the room. You see on the far side of it, there is a path that's heading further down, but you do not see, nothing triggers just by entering.
I would like to inspect the closest gargoyles.
Looking at the two that are there whenever you enter, those gargoyles are holding up those blades. You see these gargoyles, they stand about half as tall as a person. They are crouched, they have wings behind them. There's nothing particularly remarkable about them. The ones that have blades, they have their eyes closed, their foreheads pressed against the blades, and you notice that chunks of their wings and their horns appear to be broken, as if they've been ripped off by claws.
Oh. No normal thing did the damage of this. In fact, I look toward the ones that are just up ahead. They seem to be more bestial. You think these
bestial
gargoyles
ones?
have fought themselves?
The bestial ones have damage on them?
The bestial ones do not appear to have any damage on them.
Oh.
Oh.
I'll draw my standard.
So, real quick, the one with the swords are these ones here.
So the one that is adjacent to the hallway, that one has the scabbard. Beyond that, the 4 middle ones are the bestial ones, and the 4 outliers are the ones with swords.
Yeah.
So these ones are bestial.
No,
no. These here are bestial.
Swords.
Okay.
Yeah, the closest two and the farthest two.
Yeah.
And then the last singular is the outlier.
I will step further in.
As you step into the room, there is a vague metallic rattling. You see the, as you step farther into the center of it, the blades appear to be creaking and almost vibrating slightly in the hands of the gargoyles.
These ones here?
Yeah. All of them. All 4 of the sword ones. Roll me a perception. What's your passive perception, Quintus?
My passive one is 10.
Okay. Continue.
I will.
I wouldn't let him get that far without me. I'm
Ominous.
gonna start following.
Same.
You guys are following in.
Following
Nope,
the
shit.
leader,
Once you guys get far
following
enough,
your
based off of how
friend.
you're marching, that 3 of you enter the room. You see steam escapes from the mouths of the bestial gargoyles, and you hear the cracking of stone as their hands begin to move. The swords begin to vibrate more harshly, and what you previously thought may have just been them resonating, you see the swords are trying to break free from the hands of the gargoyles, and they succeed in doing so. You hear a resounding crack as the blades shatter the hands of the gargoyles and float into the air on their own. As they do, the 4 gargoyles in the middle, they begin to animate. They all let out these very stony... and they are going to leap from the pedestals. And I need initiative from everybody.
Yay!
Because there was no solution to this.
Oh, bow, 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 bow.
Bow, bow, bow.
Oh,
Can I get an inspiration?
Yep, go ahead. Everybody roll your own initiatives. I did roll them for you, but make sure to roll yours.
Damn, look at those 2 20s. Shit.
I guess I'll be here.
You alright, Sam? Hanging out.
From
I'll be
afar,
down.
the little tokens of the gargoyles just look like they're just like naked little babies doing like an evil grin.
Oh yeah! I hate them.
They're so gross.
You're right. I'm not a fan.
The first one flies out, soaring through the air on its own, does a spin. For a second, it hangs in the air. Quintus, as you prepare yourself and ready, then it suddenly clanks towards you, blade suddenly pointed directly at you, still in the air, and fires at you like an arrow. It goes to attack, and it gets a Nat19. I can't believe this hit Quintus. I am I'm so surprised one of these managed to. It strikes you, dealing no damage because you resist it.
Yay! Everybody leave the room! Everybody leave the room! I have this!
Bringing up your shield, it reflects off of it, strikes into the ceiling, then pulls itself out of it. Miriam.
Fucking if Quinn said that, Vogan just shoves his way past fucking Raleigh and Miriam. Oh no! Fuck you, Quinn!
I just glanced at Chad. I just saw fucking Merkwire slides into frame. Yeah, I've been trying to solve this one. You guys got anything? This one is a stumper.
He's got like glasses, little notebook going. Like I just got nothing here.
I always look at Chad of the road. When I'm DMing, I never do. I like glance at it just to make sure stream's going. I always seem to do it at the exact time to fucking... Either you guys are funny all the time, or I'm just really lucky.
Hell yeah.
What are you doing, Miriam?
Hey pal, I thought you were stoned, but I guess I just took you for granted.
It succeeded.
Raleigh.
Oh, he doesn't care.
He's stoned. He doesn't care.
I dropped my sword.
He's made of magic stone. He doesn't care if he's granite.
Crap.
I will. I'll turn back to Rawl and be like, "Pepper grater time," and I'll give him a bardic inspiration.
Oh, thank you.
Alrighty.
These guys could use a little seasoning.
Oh shit.
Get him, Vogan.
Get him.
I'm gonna attack this sword.
Cool.
As it comes out of the cubby, it points towards Raleigh and it begins to vibrate as if it's going to fire at you through the air. As it does, Vogan comes out of the hallway and charges it. And gets
Thanks
All
for
right.
the save, friend.
Get it, Vogan!
I'll kill you.
Oh shit.
He strikes it, lobbing off a chunk of the blade, sending it spinning through the air. It makes this light metallic shrieking sound as if it was recoiling in pain. And then the chunk you cut off clambers to the ground as the rest of this now flying short sword points back towards you.
I
So when
expect
Brett
the
picks on
damage
you,
to
you can
decrease,
crit.
Logan.
What? Nice!
Hell yeah, get him.
Die.
You strike it
Shit.
again. You hit it, and it hits the back wall, shattering upon impact. The gargoyle statue that was behind it gets knocked by the attack, and it falls forward and shatters on the ground.
I'm gonna get in front of this gargoyle to more keep it away from Miriam.
Gotcha.
Aw.
All right. Is that you?
That is me.
Raleigh!
Raleigh.
Raleigh.
All right.
Also, did this one move toward me, or is it just still there?
Oh, yes, sorry.
Also, it's been a while. With Bardic Inspiration, do you declare that before you roll?
You can do after you attack. You can use it after you see the result, but not after you know if it hit or missed.
Gotcha. Okay. I will save it for now. Let's just try and hit it. Eldritch Blast.
Pachow!
I
That did
I'll-
not
I'll
hit.
Might
just-
hit. Oh, sorry.
I mean, yeah, I can go ahead. That's one of those you could probably figure out on your own.
Yeah.
Does it have any dex?
Yeah. Fucking. What was the? What do I roll?
Bardic Inspiration is a D8.
Ooh, damn.
Roll high
Hit.
or don't.
That wasn't rolling high. That was
It's
as low as you could possibly
You
roll.
fire
the
into the
worst.
corner. The blade rotates and gets behind the gargoyle statue. You blast it. The gargoyle statue explodes. You hear a as the cloud of dust left behind by the gargoyle disappears. You see the blade vibrating in the air, pointed at you like an arrow.
Oh dear, slippery little devil, aren't you? A bear.
That's better, baby.
That's significantly better.
Roll your
All right,
damage.
now's where the pepper comes in.
As it vibrates, it fires at you. You fire back at it as it's about to make contact, and you blow it into pieces.
Excellent. Pachoo, flying sword. And I'll just get out of the way so more people can get in.
Thank you.
All right, and that's you.
Yes.
This gargoyle is heckin' gonna. That gargoyle steps out, or flies out rather, leaps into the middle of the room, soars around, gets to here. It's gonna go for 2 attacks. The first one, it's going to go for a bite attack, and it's gonna go for that on Quintus. It tries to bite into you and doesn't manage to. After its stony fangs chip on your armor, then it moves back and it's going to take a claw attack against Miriam.
Disadvantage.
No.
I figured
Come
that would
at
happen.
me.
Goes for a claw attack on Miriam and it misses.
Hooray!
The shield strikes it and you dodge out of the way as its claw swipes around the shield, impeding it. This one's gonna go. It's gonna go for the only
trapped.
person that it can.
Yeah.
It rushes. And Vogan, as you turn to see this and meet that gargoyle, this gargoyle just leaps out like a face hugger and wraps itself around you and tries to bite into you.
Oh, jeez.
Get out! Tries to bite you. You bring your hand up and you push its face back as it's just going trying to bite into you. It swipes at your arm with its claw and misses both of them.
Woo!
Yeah.
Lexi!
Oh, jeez. Okay, here I go.
Here I go.
If
Here
I
we
nah,
go!
if I go here, can I get
Mateo.
a shot at 4? I got
From
a straight
there,
shot at 4.
at
Yeah,
4,
right?
I would say given the cubby, 4 would have cover from anybody attacking from an angle.
Can take out 3.
Okay.
2 more AC.
Yeah, you can fight
Good.
3 or
yeah,
the sword.
I can hit 3, yeah.
You want to go after? You're going after 3?
But
Go
3,
for
yeah. Better? Cool.
it. Day. Oh my
Die!
god!
Oh,
Three
Guys, what is with everyone today?
He's dead though. I see.
Guys, save these for Murkwire.
Fucking seriously.
Roll your damage.
But like die though.
Oh.
Not fucking dead.
You fire your crossbow at it, it hits it. You leave a gaping hole blown through it as the crossbow bolt escapes to the other side. It stumbles for a sec, seems like it's going to fall, and then it just seems to reel back, becoming reanimated, not seeming to even care that the hole is in its chest.
Is the improved critical thing not working for...
I have had that off for a while.
Oh.
Because it's working inconsistently, so I've just decided a while back to be like,
Abandoned
back to
it, yeah.
regular crits we
it
go.
worked for Raleigh and I, for some reason.
Did it?
Maybe
Yeah.
did I just happen to roll that, or?
Improved critical.
No,
No,
I
it
I
says...
I remember seeing like you rolled a 9.
It didn't say it overrided anything. I just think you just rolled a 10.
It says improved critical.
It
on
says
the thing. Yeah.
improved critical on the thing
Huh.
there.
It says improved
Yeah.
critical on hers as well.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
I'm saying. It says
I
that.
don't think it's
I
overriding
don't know.
anything. I'm gonna
Weird.
leave it as it is. I may just take that out entirely, like just the extension wholesale, just because it working inconsistently doesn't help us with anything.
Yeah,
Fair.
that's fair.
Well done.
It might be conflicting with something else. I don't know.
Guys, those boys are kind of a lot tougher than the swords.
Apparently.
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 The one on the-
Ah, you shut
Get out of here.
Shut it, you!
You tell him, Lexi.
Is that you,
From
Lexi?
afar.
Yeah. So I
This-
got.
Because this gargoyle's coming after you. It comes out. It's going to go for an attack on Miriam. It tries to bite into you,
Cutting
and
words.
it
misses.
okay. Use it. It misses.
Yeah.
I gotta stop that habit with you specifically.
Yeah.
It bites. It misses. As it misses you, it soars down. It moves one space this way. And it's going to try to claw at
Does
Lexi.
Quintus get a?
Hi.
Oh no.
He used
he's
his
still in
reaction.
range.
It's, in
Yeah.
my, it's also still in my range.
Yeah.
There's a couple things going on there. He goes for an attack. That one does hit. Are you going to
Uncanny dodge.
apply it to yourself? It strikes at you. You take 2 damage, reduced from 5. As it goes to hit you, its claws graze along your shoulder and strike into the wall behind you, then pulls its hand out of the wall as a little bit of dust and debris escapes it and falls down onto your shoulder. Then Gargoyle 1's going to go. Gargoyle
Hello,
1,
friend.
he's going to throw himself out. He's going to go and he's going to try to push down Quintus.
You
No.
Quintus, I need you to respond to a grapple attempt.
How come this happens? I don't want it to happen. I refuse.
Oh my god, do you ever?
Damn.
It jumps towards you, intent on shoving you down. You turn, drop the standard in the air, punch it in the face, and then grab the standard before it falls.
Before it even hits the ground.
Jesus, guys.
I feel safe because I haven't been that 20.
It's then going to use its other attack to go for a
disagree.
claw attack on Miriam.
No!
It misses!
Yay!
Damn it, I live again.
Why do you crave death, Barry?
Quintus.
Something tells me these things aren't gonna care about piercing damage.
What do you
So
mean?
So I'm actually thinking about like actually
crossbow?
dropping my standard.
My crossbow was piercing. It was also magic, but it was piercing.
He
All
also
against
didn't
the
die.
sword.
Yeah, he didn't die. That's very true.
I almost feel like he resisted that.
Fuck. You might be right.
Did he appear
But
to
I-
resist? The,
I will
some
say
of the
that
damage?
upon inspection, it did not appear, to my knowledge. Nope, it did not appear that it resisted that damage. It just tanked it.
Oh, okay. So they're just
Oh.
beefy boys.
Okay.
Yeah.
Beefy stone
Well,
babies.
stone slabs.
Goddamn stone baby.
Well, if it looks like the bolt did dig well, I guess I'll just go regular on this boy. I was gonna just start punching them because it's the only bludgeoning thing I have.
Do Dude, you punch it in the face, it lets out an actual baby cry. It's so disturbing.
I hate it.
Hiya.
That's a one.
No!
Hiya.
That's a 20.
What's today?
Happening
No,
wildly today.
Oh my god, you strike it
Critical
dealing...
is working for him.
Yeah, man.
What?
It
Improved
worked for him.
critical,
He rolled a 5
yeah.
and a 4, and then it made it a
I
6.
don't know what it's doing then.
Yeah.
Maybe it doesn't work with like a
we could
lot of
just
dice.
Be rolling. It could be saying improved criticals there, and we could just be rolling the
Here,
things.
I'm just going to go into my settings, and I'm going to scroll down. I'm going to find it. Where are you? Improved critical? Heckin' temporary calculation fix is on? Turn that off. Show die rolled it. Target is critical. No. I turned a thing off that may fix it. We'll see going forward. At the worst, you'll get regular criticals.
Yeah.
Today's D&D game is subject to the whims of programming.
Yeah.
I'm gonna push him down.
I'm gonna push him. Yeah.
Alright.
Damn it.
Section push.
Which one are you hitting? You're hitting the one above
Our
you?
best friend.
It doesn't matter.
Gargoyle 3, it looks like. It
can
does
botch
matter
it.
to me which one you're hitting. I mean,
No, I mean it does. Like they're probably gonna make it. But yeah, Gargoyle 3.
it's gonna roll strength back against you. Yeah, I mean, it just barely manages to stop you, but you try to push it, it soars up above your shield as you try to shield bash it down to the ground.
I'm debating on.
So did you use your bonus action to try to do that?
Yeah, that would have been a bonus action.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was
okay.
my. That
So you
was
still
my,
have one more attack.
Oh no, I attacked twice.
No, because
He
Nat
missed
1.
one.
Did you
Nat
attack
20
twice?
is bonus
Oh,
action.
right, yes, sorry. My bad.
I'm debating on action surging. There's a lot of things here.
Could save it from Murky Moo.
Yeah, but
It's true.
I would like here. It
Could
doesn't
save it
really
for
matter if
McElroy
I
the
get more
dragon.
attacks on Murkwire.
McElroy the dragon.
Save it for Macklemore, the McElroy dragon.
Fine. Oh, by the way, I didn't count that off. I'll count that off.
Okay.
Anyway, that's it.
That's your turn?
Yep.
Alrighty. This flying sword's going to go!
No.
Here's that.
It is going to, it goes into the air. It will soar up, going up above your guys' heads. Once again, oh my god, that text. Look at
It's a
that.
teeny tiny.
Look at that itty bitty text.
Oh my god.
Barely see it.
So small.
It's like the reverse of our usual problem where it's huge.
Oh my god.
Where's the
It's
text?
going, look at
Oh,
that
that's like
sword's
sword.
token and
It's
zoom
so
in.
tiny.
Oh my god, I didn't even see that.
Like a tiny
I
little
still
nub
can't
on
see
the
what y'all are
side.
talking about.
So
Oh.
It soars into the air up above you guys. Remember, the ceilings here are about 30 feet up. It's going to go over you guys and down on Miriam.
How dare you?
We all want to go down on Mary.
Son of a bitch.
I was
Mary's
thinking
cute.
that too.
There's no brain in that sword.
It's...
Kill me.
Miriam, you're going to take... You take 4 damage as it strikes into you. It comes down and begins spinning like a saw blade and cuts into your shoulder. Flies, becomes perfectly straight in the air, then begins spinning, slowly shifting between pointing at all the people around it.
Oh, gross.
All right, Lyra's gonna go. Lyra, I can't quite get past...
Far away.
Oh no!
So
That's
sorry,
fine.
Lyra. I'm so sorry.
I've never really had a problem with depth perception. Don't worry too much about it.
And she's going to fire her revolver at the sword that's right there. And she's going to miss.
Never know.
Problem with depth perception.
Goes through it. Shoots
As an
Mary.
eye patch.
I know, right? She fires, the blade moves out of the way of it. Well, actually, it ricochets off of it, given what she rolled. I
just
guess
hits the
the
back of
sword's armor
Fenris.
protected it.
Hey.
She's not going to try to push past you. After having taken that shot, she is instead going to attempt to... how far away are you, actually? How far away are you, my boy? My sword boy? Are you within bomb range? You are within bomb range. Then you're going to be bombed.
No.
Oh no.
Throws a bomb over at it. It succeeds on its save against the bomb. You guys see a gunshot. You hear a gunshot as she fires down at Miriam. You dodge out of the way as the bullet hits the sword and ricochets past you. Then you hear a "God damn it!" and then a bomb fly down and stop just short of the sword. And
Well,
that's
Shit.
she did her best. She doesn't want to get in Fenris's way. There you go, Fenris.
I move down here.
Ah,
Go.
nah, it's too late.
No, you can't really go anywhere else though.
No, I'm trying to figure. Two very important people to me are being beaten up right now. I don't like either of them. La 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 la.
Is it me?
Quintus and Lexi.
Who could it be? Only the entire party is within attack
Yeah.
range.
You're right.
Yeah.
It's like, I'll attack this gargoyle boy. I have a gift for you. It's my warhammer.
It hits.
Hey!
Damn.
It accepts.
Hey!
You deal 7 damage to it.
Closes its eyes. This is my destiny.
I think that's all I can do this turn.
Alright, you rush forward, you strike it with your warhammer, it hits it, its body ducks into the ground slightly from force, and then it reels back up.
I
And
make like a
that-
come at me movement with my hand, like with the.
Oh,
well,
It gets into a
I'd-
karate pose and prepares to,
I'd-
prepares to
damn.
strike.
I'd rather it fight me than you, Lexi.
This boy's going to...
That's dumb.
This boy's going to spin around and strikes at you.
You're silly.
It clangs off Quintus's armor. Miriam.
You know, for a fiend, you're looking pretty holy there, bud.
Meh.
I like that one. 10 out of 10.
Ha. Die.
It fails!
I guess what? He doesn't like holy things.
Damn.
Do not alive.
Alright.
You tell him.
You say that as you see it,
unalive.
it puts its hand over its heart as if it had been mortally insulted, but where it puts its hand just ends up being over the hole that was
Oh.
blown in it.
Yes.
Shy guy. It's alright, no judgment. It's my turn.
I hate
Alright,
how they
Vogan,
say
what up?
I'm gonna attack this injured one here. What should I do?
Voice acting,
though?
but-
Should I use my last point now, or should I save it for the Murkflyer fight?
Be ashamed to waste it now.
It might be.
You're
Might
right.
be
Yeah,
ashamed
it
to
might
waste it.
genuinely be. Yeah.
I'm gonna attack this this gargoyle here without using my thing.
That's a hit.
I didn't need it. Cool.
Right. God damn.
Die.
You
Oh.
deal 7 damage to it, you strike it, carving it in half, dragging your blade in through where the hole is and then up through its head. It falls back on the ground and collapses into bits of stone.
I'm gonna attack this flying sword over here now. I'm gonna
Alright.
keep this guy in a fucking cubby.
Yeah.
You stay.
Hopefully I can hit him. No, can't
That's
do
a
it.
miss.
Wait.
Oh.
Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Shaving face.
You
Shaving. I'm gonna use saving face. Bump it up to the 17.
adding,
Does
then that
17 hit?
hits.
Takes
Vogan's
up
been hiding a
massive beard.
That's what I was gonna say. He's been
Yeah.
hiding a huge bushy beard this entire time. We're like, oh my god,
Big bushy beard.
exactly.
The face mask of holding.
Oh.
Uncomfortable.
Oh,
Damn.
almost. Good hit,
So
though.
close. All right.
Well, you see upon close inspection that a very small insignia reading Nat19 is printed on this blade.
I could have done one more. All right, that's me.
Raleigh!
Really? Question. When does my vanishing spy come back? Is it short rest or a long rest?
Does the text not say?
No, it doesn't say actually.
Oh.
Check the secondary text in your abilities tab. Because you might have the short version on your actions tab.
Let's take
An
a
amount of
look.
time per long rest equal to your dexterity modifier. It's in the text.
Okay, shit. Okay, so then I don't have that right now. Crap. Crap. Alright. Let's try and... Yeah, I'll just try and hit them from where I am. Let's get rid of the sword.
That
I'll I'll use an inspiration to try and negate the fact that I'm at point blank range.
Alrighty. That is a hit.
Hell yeah!
You strike it, you
Beep-boop.
blast it, it takes the 1 damage that it had left, and it is disintegrated.
Should he have had disadvantage on the attack? Because
He used an inspiration.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. There we go. And second beam. Let's go after Gargoyle 2.
Alrighty. What did he ever do to you? Nothing. He's left you alone this entire time.
Nobody's available, and I like violence.
Well, you hit him.
Fair, damn.
Haha!
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
You blast him, he hits the wall behind him and is spread out like a Looney Tunes character, falls down off of it and stands back up, points towards you and lets out a growl.
Oh, you don't like that? Well, come over. Tell me about it.
Are you an idiot?
I'm like beside my mouth. I have armor
So,
that will kill him.
It breathes
Go
a wave of
with
it breathes a 50-foot cone of cold into the room.
Oh shit!
Well, fuck, I hit the god gargoyle.
Gargoyle,
Did not
no!
see that coming. That's on me.
Is that you?
God,
Yeah.
follow you.
This one's gonna do the only thing it can. It's gonna attack Vogan.
Come at me.
It hits Vogan.
Oh no.
It strikes Vogan. Vogan, you take 6 damage as it bites into you. It then brings its claws down and tries to go for your throat. And I'm glad I said that, because that's appropriate. It gets a crit.
Shit.
I'm gonna use my exemplary deflection.
Alright, go ahead and apply the effect to yourself. It goes for your throat. You feel its nails dig into your throat and you pull back.
Your grip's getting better there, sport.
The damage is resisted down to 7.
I'm glad I used that.
It did maximum damage with that crit.
Oh.
I was on mute. I was like disadvantaged, but I was on mute.
Oh no.
Oh no.
I'm sorry.
Well,
Yeah, we crossed the
I
threshold
know.
already.
I'm sorry.
yeah.
Yeah.
It then keeps trying to push you and shove you out of the way. It elbows you in the ribs.
This
Lexi,
is a
it's your
very
turn.
rude monster. Oh, this boy is right in front of me.
It's true.
I'm
like to
heckin'
take a
And
long
Fenris is
rest.
right beside him.
Yeah.
My safety
I wanna
blanket
take a
is
long
gone.
rest. Oh my god.
I hate
Yeah,
this place.
I'm a bat this boy with my sword, and I'm a boom and blade him too. But I'm gonna try to bap him first. Yeah.
Get him. Beat him up.
You strike him. Yeah, it hits him. 16 hits.
Hurry!
The swords have higher AC than them. Fun fact.
Oh,
It's true.
Ah,
The flying swords have like, I'm pretty sure I just hit it with a 17.
Yeah, it's a 17.
Because Miriam and Fenris are both like within 5 feet, so I get my snack attack, right?
That's true. You absolutely do.
Sweet. Wanted to double check. Die.
Die. You do 22 damage as you strike it. You used Booming Blade there, so it will, it gets the aura that surrounds it, covering it in thunderous energy.
Yeah.
And that's my
Yeah, now go after Raleigh.
Its turn.
Yeah, do it now. Go after
Given-
Raleigh.
Attack me. do
It's
it.
going to. It moves to here.
Take this, you nerd.
do it.
So, contextually, as it rushes towards Raleigh, you take your blade and dig it into the side of it as it's moving away, taking advantage of its changed attention. The thunderous energy coats it as you drag the blade out, and as it rushes forward, more of it explodes, cracks forming on its on the surface of its skin as chunks of it get released. But it is getting over there, leaping through the air like an animal at Raleigh.
Oh.
It goes for a bite, and it misses the first one. It brings its claw up towards your neck, and it misses.
Ah, damn it.
It clatters to the
Hit me
ground.
so I can kill you.
It clatters to the ground, is thrown off balance by the thunderous explosion of energy that just struck it. Then it stands back up. Meanwhile,
I gotta say, I expected more from you.
Meanwhile, this boy's going to move to here, and he's going to go for a bite on Quintus,
Oh,
and miss, and then he's going to go for a claw on Miriam.
No!
Oh, and
Good
alright,
answer.
I'll roll another one for disadvantage.
I
Yeah.
could have
They both hit.
So dumb.
Damn.
it. Ugh.
Bring your shield up, claw comes down on Miriam. Miriam, you take 4 damage as it strikes you.
No. No, that's not allowed.
Quintus.
Exactly.
Excuse me, Kitty. I'm gonna stab this thing that's behind you.
Excuse me. Excuse me. Yeah,
Get 'em.
Excuse me. Sorry. Excuse me.
Get him!
Hiya.
Take an inspiration and deal your damage.
Deal my critty damage.
Your critty damage.
You're critty damage.
Hell yeah.
Hey, it worked.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
are.
Blade soars by you, strikes into the gargoyle. The standard just takes its head clean off from the side.
Woo! Catches it. No.
Well, I guess I should
Ah.
pay attention to you now. Looks to the sword. And turns toward this gargoyle. Hiya. Damn.
Aw, no.
Aw.
The sword swings around and strikes your standard as you try to hit the gargoyle.
I pushed down the gargoyle. Fuck this sword. Hiya!
Oh, 19!
God damn. Oh.
Alrighty, and he... Yeah, you push him down. He's prone. Did we ever put that effect on you that gives
We
you
never did,
prone?
no.
I'm doing it right now.
Chat 19, everybody. Make sure you get questions in.
For
Yeah,
for
do it.
Vogan
For
and
good old Vogan and
Fenris.
Fenny.
This is gonna be a good
About-
time.
Done. Apply
Maybe
that
who
to
they
him.
smooch it. Okay, never mind.
Hey,
Alright, back again.
We're back in.
Fucking no.
Is that your turn?
A bless.
Yep.
Oh, you're so cute.
I'm
Alright.
not a cute kitty.
Lyra's going to rush up.
Adorable.
She is going to fire her bullet stick. And she's going to fire that bullet stick at...
I just keep ducking my head every time.
This is really bad for your ears! And she's going to fire at the gargoyle,
It really is.
who she has disadvantage on, but she hits.
I thought Miriam was giving inspiration. Is that why my ears are ringing?
God.
She then takes out a bomb. She, like, takes you and pushes you down out of the way as she throws the bomb past you. And
Oh my.
Yeah.
the bomb is going to go towards the flying sword. Flying sword rolls a 1 on its attempt to avoid the bomb.
Oh my.
This is how the flying sword learned to love the bomb. By not dying.
Oh.
Quintus, it soars past you and explodes. You're briefly startled by it, but you had enough warning with it coming, seeing it flying past you that you're not too terribly alarmed.
I'm not
And
too terribly alarmed.
Well, that's good.
It's true. All right. And
Yelled in alarm.
I'm not alarmed. And then that will be her. She's gonna save her bardic inspiration for a rainy day, I think.
Oh. What a good
Fenris?
idea. La da 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 da. Oh.
Hey,
Wipe my
I wanted to do that.
I'm sorry. You can go on the other.
Crisscross, baby.
Just.
Yeah, I mean, you right.
I'll wipe my feet on the floor, wind up like a baseball, and try to whack this thing with my warhammer.
Do
We're
it.
always steps there.
I swear to God. Oh, I thought you double one.
I thought so too.
Holy shit.
I miss.
No, you missed, I'm afraid, yeah.
I'll do that.
You bring it down on the gargoyle, you strike one of its flattened wings on the ground, but unfortunately, due to where you hit it, it really just presses it into the ground, doesn't cause any real damage.
A minor setback. And that's my turn.
Alrighty. Back to the top, my boys. Flying sword. You are really hanging in there. He's gonna fly over this way and attack Miriam, because
Oh my
attacking
God.
you's doing nothing.
Oh, no.
Why not attack me?
Leave him
It
alone.
rolls a 1!
Yay!
It flies over to attack you, tries to get around you, but is disoriented from the explosion. Its weight is distribution has changed because of a chunk of it that's blown off. So it strikes you and just soars to the
Pay
side.
attention to you.
Maria.
Leave him alone. Leave our boy alone.
Leave my tiefling alone.
You're gonna hit me. You're not even sharp enough to shave with.
Oh, got him.
Die sword. Damn it, he doesn't care. It's a sword.
He has a -3 and still succeeds.
Wow.
Very well.
Oh.
I was hoping
even
you would
better.
succeed, so I could be like, it just drops out of the air dead.
Well, you know, I'm just gonna hang out here.
Guess I'll just be here.
Oh.
Alright, Vogan,
Beat up
what's
this
up?
gargoyle.
Now for you, Mrs. Gargoyle.
Raise his sword, uses sword hand to grab it by the neck, starts punching it in the head.
Oh.
That'd be fun.
Do it though.
Oh,
Attack.
that's a hit.
I can think
Die.
of one Hedrick punched a ghost to death.
Oh
Man.
yeah.
I mean, this whole fight is very
That's a hit.
Strahd reminiscent with the flying swords and all.
Die.
That's true.
Like the moment we
Alright.
walked into Strahd's castle, it was like, have some swords.
I'm
Holy
a
fuck! Oh my
heckin'
god.
My second wind.
Okay, it's a
and
pretty good
then
second wind.
That got me to 2 wounds. That's pretty good.
Heck yeah.
Fuck it. I'm an action surge. I feel like we're gonna take our rest after this.
Mercagoyle! Take an inspiration and deal your damage.
God damn.
Oh,
Alright.
dude.
Fucking die.
I'm gonna use an inspiration.
Okay, the one you just got.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a hit.
Shit.
And die. Or don't.
Whatever. I don't care.
Cease living! And that's me.
Alright, you unleash a flurry of strikes on it. You let out your trademark and then unleash another series of blows on it. You cut off a chunk of one of its wings, and part of its upper arm falls off from your attacks, but it is still standing.
Excellent. Would I have a clear shot at the flying sword?
The one that's over there, I'd say given what's in front of it, it would have cover from you.
Okay.
Get the gargoyle.
I was gonna say you got such a straight shot to that gargoyle.
Oh yeah, mostly just because it was really hurt. Thought maybe take care of it. But yeah, let's just take care of
That
the
gargoyle, I will remind you, is prone.
Oh
Shit.
shit.
Yeah, that's gonna be way harder to hit.
Oh.
Ba-da-ba-da.
Cover or prone, what will you do, my boy?
Cover
or-
is.
You want to deal with 2 extra AC, or do you want to deal with disadvantage?
His
Extra
AC would be
AC.
like 19.
Yeah.
If you think your numbers are high enough, then getting rid of that is not a bad plan.
It is your call, my boy.
I got 2 shots. Let's try it. I'll
So which
fire
one?
at the sword. I'll fire at flying sword 3.
Okay, so let me throw cover on him, and go ahead. That is a miss.
Well. You're gonna miss both, and it's gonna be great.
Uh,
I'm so excited.
That's a hit.
Oh, proud of you. Prove me wrong.
And
Nice!
you just kill it.
oh,
14 hit points, dang.
damn. I thought you had quite a few less. Damn.
Yeah.
Excellent.
That one was the toughest of the flying swords.
Oh.
It was the beefiest of the swords.
Oh, jeez.
Had the most muscle mass.
It's like if you look closely, it had like an ab design on the blade.
Oh.
I hate that. I'm glad it's dead.
I hate
Leggings
this
and
room.
leggings
I was
and
gonna say, a room
insignia.
of baby-faced gargoyles and swords with abs? Fucking fuck this place.
Who designed this weird ass place?
Is that you, Raleigh?
Yeah.
This gargoyle's getting real tired of this. He's gonna try to bite you. He misses. He backs up as much as he can in the cubby and stomps his foot and digs it into the ground as if he's gonna charge at you like a bull, and just rushes forward and just lets out this as it comes at you.
Oh, throwing a temper tantrum. I get it.
And it misses. It rushes forward. You bring your elbow up and strike it in the top of the head, and it just crumples. Just gets back up.
I'd be like, rubbing my elbow, like,
It's rock.
at a stone.
You're up.
A stone.
What are they punching? It's made of rock.
Seriously, who punches stones?
Cut to Hadrick and Strahd fucking pushing over a golem.
Fucking cut to backs.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, man. Cut to all of my other characters.
Yeah. It's a common theme in your characters.
Got him.
You got him. You
I'm
hit
gonna
him.
booming blade. He's probably not gonna move, but I'm gonna booming blade him regardless, just in case.
Get more damage.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Not to.
just in case.
Yeah.
And I get next snack.
So you have multi-attack. It's never a consideration not to just
Yeah.
smack him with it.
Yeah. D.
Heckin'. You strike him, you deal 24 damage to him.
Okay.
Booming blade doesn't
Yeah.
work with multi-attack, so...
Yeah,
Nope.
that's why
Fucking-
it's really good for rogues and non-multi-attack.
Rogues and, but
Can
any
I
of the non-multi
bonus
fucking...
claw the boy?
You can
done that
bonus
a bit.
claw the boy.
Hooray! Get clawed, boy.
Oh, wait, hold on. Is Booming Blade
Shit.
technically a bonus
Well,
action? It's an
not
action, right?
It's
Part
not
of your
an
action.
attack action, which you need to take if you want to offhand attack. You have to make an attack as part of casting the spell, but you're still
Right.
casting a spell.
Okay, so I could.
Yeah, so you know, because you haven't done the requisite attack action.
You have to attack it normally if you want offhand attack.
to be able to offhand. So you can't hit
Okay,
it.
so I can't hit it. That's fine. What a waste of a 21. God damn
It's
it.
alright. You scrape your nails on it.
Fine.
You realize that clawing at stone is no good for your nails.
She like goes to claw at it and then looks at her nails like, oh no, they're really pretty. I don't want to know.
It then lunges at you to bite you.
No.
It's gonna stand first. I'm gonna give it the L on that because I didn't make it stand, but it misses. It swipes at your feet, and then it stands up, and it's gonna go for claws. It like tries to nibble at your feet, then it goes for its claws, and it misses that as well.
Ooh, ha!
All right, Quintus.
God, I feel like Neo in the Matrix. Like, oh, my nails though.
Oh, my nails though. Ugh.
Which one will you deal with? You think the
Attack
spellcasters
Bogan.
and the rogue got that one?
I-
Or do you want to help out the guy
Hey.
one in this gargoyle?
Hey, man. Hey.
Just fucking Raleigh, Vogan, and Quintus as one dude stuck in a cubby. Jesus.
Just
I
pushing
will,
him
I will
back
go
in.
for. I will go for. No, I feel like I could maybe take out number 4, and then that free up
Forgot to
Vogan.
use this.
Free call, boy.
Right, well, Gargoyle 1 just went, right?
Yeah, that was one that just went.
I'm gonna go for Gargoyle 4.
Okay.
Yeah, fighter boys going up against a fucking
That's a
trapped
miss.
Gargoyle.
Hashtag fighter
That's a
squad.
miss.
Well, I guess I'm 1v1ing this gargoyle.
Hold on.
All right.
Damn it.
You still have to be up close to it.
I know, I can't do it.
Yeah.
Technically, I could do this and do that.
You could. Are you doing that?
Yes.
That's the gonna try to bite you. Oh my God! It crit you as you left.
Yay!
Oh.
All right. You take 9 damage reduced from 12 as it bites into you.
That's not that bad.
And then you're using that roll to try to knock that boy over?
Yes.
Okay, let's
'Cause
see
I
if that
rolled it.
works.
I was gonna commit.
Yep, you walk over and you smash him with your shield. He is prone in that cubby.
He's so bullied.
Yo, yeah, this is mean, you guys.
We're being
Like-
mean to him.
Go ahead and apply
We're
it
like
to him.
pushing a nerd into a locker.
Yo,
And,
that's what's happening. It's so bad.
Go ahead and apply that to him, Quintus.
Oh right. End of my
All
turn
right.
now.
Lyra is going to step into the room. She's
Suffer.
in such a... She's in such a, like a... You guys basically got this. Should I even keep using my bullets? They're expensive.
I know death, probably not.
Okay.
Cast a cantrip.
She can cast a cantrip. She could cast a cantrip. She's gonna get over to here.
Shit out there. No, I'm 1v1ing him.
Hi, Lara.
I'm beating it up.
She's going to get over to there. She's going to reach over towards it. Now that you guys know that she's a heckin' got sorcery power, you see electrical energy goes up her arm and flickers between her fingers. She puts her hand out towards the boy, and she's going to go for an attack on the boy. And that attack's going to hit. She grabs it, pumps it full of electricity. It takes 7 damage. It wasn't a great damage roll, but it is what it is. You see whenever she does this, there's a faint, almost like divine glow that seems to radiate from her. This very light, pleasant tone that her skin takes on when she uses this kind of magic. And that...
I'll turn to her, just like, good job.
No.
I can't claim that I've done very much, but I'm enjoying being part of this.
Yeah. Glad to have you.
Fenris.
I'm gonna swing at this boy again. Let's try this again.
Yeah, that hits.
Oh,
Yay!
get him.
Why this is giving me Aerith with a chair vibes.
Yo, right. 100%.
Aerith with a chair?
Have you played up
played
to
the
the point in
game.
FF7 remake
I beat the game.
where Aerith
don't remember what
fucking when Aerith and Tifa are escaping from Don Corneo's place and she just fucking takes a guy down with the chair.
Yeah.
So good. Oh.
Best part of the game.
I mean, right? I mean, Cloud at the honeybees, though.
Yeah, that's.
That would be
I've
so
seen that
much.
clip. That's me. That's all I can do. I'm saving my spell slots for a special young gentleman.
People were so like when that was coming out, they were like, I don't know how in this day and age they're gonna do the honeybee stuff, like the cloud cross-dressing stuff, such a minefield. And then Square Enix just rolled up their sleeves and they're like, watch.
Yo, yeah.
So that's you, Fenris.
Nailing it. I know. Moving on. Fucking Cloud.
Listen, I'm gonna just be frank with you. The reason you're a failure is because you're stoned all the time.
Dang.
It nat wand.
Yay.
You take that back. My habits have nothing to do with my failure.
It helps with my anxiety, you asshole.
If it could, it croaks out something in Terran that vaguely gives you a sense that it's calling you a racist.
I think.
Damn.
That hits. Oh my goodness! Is it gonna last another round? Will this thing see it's next to you hit? And there's no way it could survive. It had 1 hit point left after all.
Oh.
I'm gonna just get over here
Yeah.
That poor thing.
now. Yeah. I'm gonna bully it.
No,
I wish I had a fucking bonus action shove.
Oh.
If I could walk up behind it, grab it by the back of the head, just slam its face into the ground.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Nerd! Alright.
Anyone see a toilet around here? Give it a swirly.
God.
Is that you, Hogan?
Yeah.
Are we the
Oh,
bullies
jeez.
here?
Raleigh.
Oh, guys.
I think we're the bad guys.
Oh no. I'm gonna shoot him.
Do it.
Yeah.
Save it
That's
for
a
another
hit.
round of hazing.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
And you blast it. It takes 10 damage.
And
Do him a die.
Do it.
Roll your damage. And answer me this.
alive!
How do you want to do this?
Yeah! Oh, let's see. Just like thread the needle through everyone in front of me, just fire off an eldritch blast. Just catches it directly in like the center of its chest and flies back into the cubby hole area and just embeds it in the wall. Ugh.
And it crumbles. It falls to pieces. It shatters. Other descriptions for the one thing that is the one becoming the many. It is gone.
Is everyone okay?
No, pretty good.
Yeah.
Well, that was rather straightforward.
Looks at looks at Miriam and Quintus.
No.
You guys aren't looking
I
so
think I'm
good.
doing all right.
Fine.
You
Not
boys
done
look a
yet.
little worse for wear.
One moment. Boop.
Oh my god.
You walk
There
up
you
to the
go,
one that is holding a very elegant-looking scabbard.
If you'll excuse me, I go to grab it.
Roll me a strength check.
I will
Marion,
put
do you have any,
inspiration into this.
Healing potions?
I have this so appealing bottle of red liquid.
14?
You manage to wrestle it away, ripping it out of the gargoyle's grasp, and the arms of that it is grasping it with fall off, shattering with a crisp crunch as you take it away. I will throw
Thank
that in
you.
the party sheet.
If you
Vogan
want a
will
healing
offer
potion.
Miriam
you
a
offer one.
potion, just a regular potion of healing if you want it.
We can, although you mentioned you also wanted to rest.
Oh!
Like an hour, then we're fine.
Logan.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's masterwork.
it is. It's a masterwork scabbard.
Or we can push on.
Ooh,
What is a masterwork scabbard?
Yeah, man.
a really nice scabbard, I guess?
I believe I may be falling
What does
for
that
you.
mean?
Every time,
What does
every
it
time
mean,
you
indeed?
close it, it
Well,
sharpens
we
it
have
again.
it now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm for pushing ahead because resting also for an hour seems like a bad fucking idea right now.
Yeah.
Let him get further ahead.
Yeah, but when we do meet him, we're all gonna fucking die.
When we do meet him,
You remember
We'll
last
take him
time we
down.
fought Scandal? It took everything we had.
Deal with her.
He's right.
she cheated.
Not that I'm disagreeing with that.
Well, I mean, if she cheats
I don't
again,
expect her to fight fair.
She's probably gonna cheat again, though.
If we
so-
give them an hour, there's no guarantee they won't just be gone.
Yeah.
It's either give up or push, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So if you'll give it, I'll take the healing potion.
I'll hand it to you.
I'll slam it.
I can apply the heal to you there, Miriam.
Then let's push.
Quintus, are you feeling alright?
Going for biggest heals today as well.
Yo, right? I
Yeah,
just want
alright,
to win
yeah.
all the medals.
Quintus has a potion, so he should be
Oh,
fine.
alright. Never mind then.
I have a greater healing potion. I'm trying to save it for the tournament, but it's probably not
I
gonna happen.
know!
Look
I
at how
was
much
gonna-
damage
Same.
Vogan did.
I was gonna give whoever needed one of the one I'm gonna use.
Fucking.
Making my way downtown, walking. Bleh.
Yo,
All right.
I've done 105 damage? What the fuck?
Damn, boy.
As you move,
Damn.
You fucked that boy up.
yeah, man.
Apparently.
As you guys continue down, and you head down the pathway, you hear once again the sound of water from far down the path, but you come to a small little cubby that seems to stretch out into what looks to be a sort of sarcophagus at the end of the hallway. There's an elevated panel on top of it that, from where you are standing, you can tell there's some writing on.
Where did you say the writing was?
What type of writing?
It's
What
on top of the
language?
altar. There's an
Here.
elevated panel that looks like a
Cubby.
large button that's been pushed up, and on it there's writing.
Gotcha.
I will go and try to look at the writing.
Ooh,
All right.
what
The writing says, "The sacrifice of all for the benefit of one may doom all. However, if all acts for one, that it may not be so."
Oh.
Why does that sound
I
familiar?
get that. I get that, Plaque.
Sees the
Everyone!
black. Yo, same.
Same though, Plaque.
Yeah, just-
Hey guys, come here.
Coming.
Can you guys give me 1 sec real quick?
Okay.
Two, and you're gonna like it.
I will be right back.
It's been 2 seconds.
yeah, he fucked up. Can't believe he's
What
late.
patient boys you are, my goodness.
He asked for one and we
He
gave
asked
him
for
two.
1. I gave him 2.
Mm-hmm.
So generous.
Oh, the
Mhm.
horror.
Yeah, and he squandered that generosity.
Squandered, I say.
Squandered it. I just...
Sacrifice of all for the benefit of one may doom all. However, if all acts for one, then it may not be so.
Do we have to do
I
something
feel
like together?
Do
I feel like we have
I
to
feel
like
yeah.
open-
Yeah.
Yeah.
like,
I
all
feel like we're gonna
hands
have to
in.
like push someone. We're gonna have to pick one of ourselves and push someone forward.
We all
I'm back!
It's not
have
the
to
sacrifice
act
of
for
one. It's the
one.
I think that I
sacrifice
think
Of
that's I think
all,
that's the
yeah.
exact opposite thing of
Yeah.
what we should do.
Yeah.
I think we all
Yeah.
have to do something.
See, this is why I don't do puzzles.
Oh.
I'll just not talk
Touchy, sorry.
anymore.
I was taking a
No,
second to
God,
appreciate. I was taking a second to appreciate everything that was back there. All right, I caught
You're
up.
doing great.
I feel like different sketches.
Vogan, come back!
Nah, I'm good.
Fucking come back.
Lyra,
helping
take
us solve
as you're
them.
about to wander away. Lyra takes your hand.
You may not be able to figure it out, but you could still be very useful. Sometimes
As a
brawn
meat
is
shield?
needed. Sometimes brawn is needed for these things.
Vogan, you're a very important part of our team. We do need you as whatever, but we do
Pretty
need
sure your
you.
arms are as big as if I folded my arms on themselves.
Right? His arms are bigger than me.
Lyra is not the only one carrying guns around here.
They are very
Army
big.
face.
Well, like I've got a gun too.
Can Vogan blush? Can he get redder?
Like a coffin, right?
He just starts
sure he
glowing
can.
red.
He's like a nightlight.
The puzzle is solved. A door opens.
Yeah.
So this is like a coffin, right?
It's like a sealed sarcophagus. Yeah.
Do we all take a hand and try to open it all together? Can we even do that?
Before we
Give it
try
a
to open
shot.
before we try to open it, how about we all try to touch it first?
One at a time or all at once?
All
we
at
all
once.
fit
As
over
many as
there?
you can get in here.
Can
You're
we
not
all
5
fit
foot
in
balls.
there all at once?
All right, squish in, everybody.
Yeah.
into
If
that.
you guys squeeze, if you're not in combat, there's no reason you all couldn't get beside each other. What are you all doing to it? Y'all getting together and just putting your hands on the
We're gonna
sarcophagus?
try that first, and then
Yeah.
we'll see if we can open it.
Just placing your hands on it, nothing happens.
Then, while we're all still here and so squished together, we should try and open it together. Her
Rogan,
face
get
is
over
squished
here!
against someone.
Yes,
Rogan, get over here!
Someone's
everybody
hands are
pull.
baba.
Oh, sorry.
Pause.
It's okay, I just wanted to make sure whose it was.
I'm not sure we should work together. No, I'm kidding.
Logan, Lyra, get over here!
Ominous energy.
Is Vogan helping?
He'll stand back and just watch this.
We need all of us to do it.
We have to
Vogan.
act as one.
Who knows? Maybe there's a fucking limit to how many
Everyone
people.
turn and
That's
look
why
at
it's
him
We haven't
working.
seen
disapprovingly.
that's the case.
If nothing
Look at-
happens, then he'll come in to help.
Nothing
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 We need your
happens.
help.
Nothing.
We're-
When you do come in to help, still nothing happens.
Yeah. See, there you go.
All right, let's try.
Are
Let's
we
try.
just-
All right, while you're here, let's try and pull together.
Yeah, let's try and pull
Oh.
together.
Oh, let's try.
Everyone lift.
All of you trying to pull at it, it doesn't budge, despite the combined strength of all those attempting.
Well, time to die.
Oh, wow.
Maybe one. I'm trying to think. I'm not good at this
All
either.
acts for one, then it may not be so.
So maybe one person with the will of all of us should try opening it?
Quintus, you're giving it your attention. Roll investigation.
Okay. I will throw another inspiration in.
And I'm throwing this at you because I think I may have glossed over it in such a way that it may be on me that you're not noticing this.
Oh.
Well,
Well.
Man, that panel sure is a panel.
I get you, Plaque.
And these walls are walls, and that sarcophagus, why, that's made of stone.
Could I examine the sarcophagus, see if there's any details we're missing, like a hidden compartment or some such?
Sure, go ahead and roll investigation.
Cool. Investigation. Damn it!
Oh, that black sure, that panel sure is a panel,
Great-
and that
great
is
panel.
stone that's made of. I think so.
Wait, hold on.
Raleigh,
Can
look at
you
this.
ruin-
It's a really
Wait,
nice.
is
Sorry, you
there-
have such bad players, Logan.
Oh, stop!
Hey, man,
We're
I don't
figuring
care.
It out.
This is no inconvenience to me.
So the panel, is this a panel on the floor or is the panel the plaque?
It is a
clarification.
sarcophagus that has a like a plaque that is like raised up that looks like it could be depressed into it.
Yeah, why don't we
Oh,
just push
then
that
let's
in,
push
bro?
it.
You're gonna put
Push
who's
the
pushing
plaque.
it?
I'll push
You
it.
should all push it.
Together.
Okay.
Anders noticed first, so if she wanted to.
Okay.
Boop.
So, Bread, you're gonna do it first.
I guess.
As you
If it
push
doesn't
it
work, everyone
down,
else
it
can.
depresses by about an inch until it is flat with the rest of the sarcophagus, and as you do, you hear the creaking of stone mechanisms that seem to be moving behind the walls, the sound of chains and pulleys, and the walls beside you guys begin to slide away, revealing 6 small little corridors.
Oh.
Hey, look at these corridors.
Each
Like,
one
there's
of
one
them,
for
each
each
one of these large compartments that opens up, is about 15 feet long, and at the very end of them, each of them has what looks to be a handle that has a chain attached that is in the wall. That is at about chest
I think
height
we
for
have to-
most of you.
I'll go in and pull on them. I'll step into
All right.
this panel.
Okay.
You needed strength after all.
Yeah.
Are you sure you want me doing whatever it is that's out here?
You want to risk it? It says sacrifice. so if
I'm
you're ready.
perfectly fine with pulling
I
one
got
of
it.
these.
I got it.
You sure?
You take. As soon as he's like, it says sacrifice. I'm like, oh no, I got it. You take mine, Lyra.
Quinn, you're already really hurt though.
We're the sacrifices.
Oh, well, I got it. You take mine, Lyra.
Okay, I'll do it.
She looks down the hallway towards Vogan.
Uh-huh. What? I don't know what I'm doing.
You're in the best condition of all of us. So if something were to happen out here, then
Yeah.
Best, most likely to survive it.
I'm not sure what it's going to. I'm not sure what it's going to require, but like I said, sometimes brawn might be the way. What even happens if you?
She like walks down into yours. She pulls on it, and as she pulls the chain, it goes back about 10 feet, and then it becomes taut. And the wall behind her that was that had kept the panel that had slid away to reveal the corridor closes again. After about a second, you hear like a oh, and then you see it open again as she lets it go, and it goes back up.
What happened?
Well, let's go.
She pulls it back again, closing it.
I'm not exactly sure what the purpose of this is, but they seal us in them.
Try pulling them at the same time, I expect.
Yeah.
I'd like to start taking a rest.
You do that.
So is everybody's pulling on theirs?
Yes.
As you pull on all of yours, they all go back about 15 feet. You all get to just about where the wall would close before it closes behind you. As you do, everything goes dark inside of those rooms. Vogan, for a second, everything is sealed, and I'd like to pull you into a different call.
Oh no!
So, you're out there, everything goes quiet as they all commit to solving whatever this puzzle is, and you wait for a second, staying still, generally
Visibly
unamused.
confused, just staring like I don't know what I'm doing.
You then hear a wispy snarling sound.
What the?
And looking up at the ceiling, you notice that bits of it have begun to crumble. And bursting out of it suddenly, down onto where the altar is, comes crashing a large pile of bones that reforms itself.
Oh no! Okay.
Comes crashing down.
I'd like
And,
to start taking a short rest.
Roll
please.
initiative, please, and stay here.
Talk
Hey guys, could you
yourself.
roll initiative? All right, bye.
What was their reaction?
A lot of screaming.
Yeah, I bet.
As the form of a large skeleton with large horns that you quickly recognize to be that of a minotaur rises up, its eyes flicker to life with this emerald green glow behind the skull, and it lets out a
I roar back at it.
It lifts up a great axe that fell with it, and you two are now in combat.
Oh boy, oh boy.
All right.
It's a good thing. It's really a good thing that Miriam didn't do this.
I'll be right back. One sec, because Miriam's first.
Oh, jeez.
Hey, Miriam.
Oh.
What are you doing?
Chilling.
Cool. He's chilling.
What?
He says he's chilling. It goes.
Here
It
we
raises
go,
up.
boyo.
It raises up its great axe towards you. Takes a swing down at you. I was going to be if it crit on the first attack, I was going to actually be really mad at myself, but it didn't. I was going to be like, "That is perfect. I think you should leave this campaign. I don't think it's safe for you here.
Vogan needs to go.
We need to make
I
you
need
a
to
new
play a
character.
divination wizard.
Yeah. It brings the great axe up and brings it down on you. You jump out of the way, surprised by it being there, but still on guard. Those in the cubbies around you don't seem to be releasing them to come out. The blade digs into the ground. It takes a second to wrench it back out, and I have to go for a second. I'll be right back.
Okay, have fun.
You gotta.
Hi guys.
What up?
So, Quintus, Lexi, Raleigh, do you guys want to do anything?
Okay, question. Do we hear anything?
Nope. Totally silent.
I do nothing.
Stay the course.
Yeah, keep doing what we're doing.
I would, I guess, try and put my ear against the wall to see it.
You would not have the ability to with how this thing is taught.
But his
Gotcha.
ears are really long.
But he's also only got
One of them is.
So,
Yeah!
are you guys? I will tell you that even if you could, no sound will get in here.
Then no.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Nothing.
All right,
yeah.
cool. All right. All right. So nothing happens.
Cool.
Your turn.
Hi. Okay. So has anything changed about my surroundings? Like, is there any
Nothing.
Like, new buttons or anything? Okay, cool. I'm gonna attack this Minotaur.
All right.
Oh, should I
Mini
punch
ta-ta, tiny mini ta-ta, little mini ta-ta, big mini ta-ta.
it? He's a big one. All right.
Giant ta-ta sitting in the tomb. You're thinking maybe it's a baby, but it's not. That's a hit.
Ah, cool. It's a skeleton, right? Die.
You do 10 damage to it, striking it. You cut off a couple chunks of its bone, which fall to the ground.
Cool. Yeah, I would just do more damage if I hit it with my long sword. Hiya! Oh, darn.
That one's a miss. As you go for that attack, it brings the great axe up, finally wrenching it out of the ground, and for a second you're knocked off balance as chunks of the ground come up with it.
Here we go.
Is that you?
That is
He used all of his stuff.
Hey guys! Hey, Lyra's
Hey.
gonna do nothing. So, Fenris through Miriam. Fenris and Miriam, you guys gonna stay the course?
I'm gonna steer the course.
Cool.
You got this, Vogan.
You got this
All
one
right.
in?
Alrighty. They have a lot of faith in you.
How?
It's gonna go. It swings at you. Oh no!
Oh, you've got to be kidding me!
Oh, it was the first one.
Logan!
It wasn't the first one. What can I say?
It was just the second one. That's fine.
Oh,
Ow!
Jesus!
Fuck, dude.
All right, so I'll be right back.
Okay.
Got up, right.
Hey,
Hey.
Raleigh. You feel
sir?
the vibrations of something slamming hard into the wall.
Oh shit.
There is a blade that pierces through briefly, and then when it comes back out, the wall seems to fix itself after it. Just wanted to let you know that happened.
cool.
Quintus, Lexi, and Raleigh, are you guys doing anything?
We're gonna stay the course, I think.
I
All right.
I'm gonna miss
do
Vogan.
anything, so no.
I'm gonna miss Vogan.
Please tell Spencer we
Screaming in
love him.
Elvish. Yes, we love him so much, and we
They have a lot of faith in you.
That's nice. That's good
Your
for them. I'm gonna use all my healing potions this
Oh,
fight.
that was a gross hit. Oh my
That was
god.
a gross hit. Okay. What? At times like this, I wish I was playing a monk. I'm gonna beat it up. I'm gonna hit
That's
it.
a hit.
I'm gonna attack it. Ow.
You 7 damage.
It's not even. It's barely wounded, man. Do I appear to be doing any damage? To you,
Yes,
by the
it
way?
is taking damage.
Okay. It's
This
just-
thing is wildly flailing about to get you. You do feel like you're taking large chunks of its rotting form and cutting them off of it.
Okay. I'll go for my second attack.
That's a hit.
This is 16. Okay.
And that's more damage. It's bleeding.
And I will bonus action. I guess I'll use a regular healing potion for now.
Oh, okay.
Okay, that's pretty good. I'm doing pretty well on these potion heals.
All right, I'll be right back.
I think
So
not.
here's what I need you guys to do. Whenever
Okay.
you see your turn come up, I need you to, heckin' what can I say? Yeah, basically. I need you to, let's say, roll a charisma check when your turn comes
Okay.
up to let me know if you want to pass.
Okay.
Roll a strength check if you want, or roll an attack roll if you want me to come and check with you about something.
Attack? Okay.
Okay. So, recap, charisma check to pass.
Okay.
Alright, we just figured out a system for not jumping back and forth.
Okay, cool. Fenris, heal me. Damn it. Oh, what a charisma save. What the hell?
Don't worry about it. They're giving you their strength.
God.
They're sending their
bet.
love. Its turn.
Their love isn't
It brings its horns down and tries to strike you with them. It misses, it scrambles and moves past you, rushing down the hall as it tries to get you.
All right. Did it reveal anything behind me?
There's
Like,
nothing
behind
that
it.
has changed there.
Okay. Oh God.
Oh no, look!
There
look
you
at that.
go.
Raleigh really believes in you. All right,
That's
Vogan.
nice of him.
What do?
All right, I'm gonna get him, I guess.
I should have told him to like close the map and combat tracker and be like, "Don't worry about it. That hits."
Die.
Oh, you did 8 damage.
That's neat. Second attack. No!
That misses. You strike, your blade gets caught in its bones briefly.
How much? I should probably. I'm gonna down another healing potion. I'm going for that all-time healing record.
All right. Let's see what Fenris is gonna do.
Oh boy, oh boy.
What's up, Fenny? How much love does Fenny send? 15.
That's she sends 15 love.
She sends 15 love.
Wow, that's so nice.
Oh, Lyra.
Oh, Lyra.
This was
hates
your
me.
idea, Lyra.
Lyra hates me.
Look at these guys. They're so supportive. As it rushes back, as you strike it, it turns and swings the great axe over its head down towards you. It strikes the ground and it misses. You're so lucky this thing only has 1 attack per round.
Yeah, I would be dead. Come on, Lexi.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that's so nice.
Oh, this is making a world of difference, frankly.
Oh, that's nice.
What's
I'm
up,
gonna get
Vogan?
it. I'm gonna beat it up. Damn it.
Not with them kind of rolls, you're not. With them kind
How
of
about
rolls,
that
you
one?
is.
That's a good one. Die.
You deal 11 damage to it. Oh,
Now the
it
question is, do I use my last regular potion of healing? The answer may surprise you. Yes.
That's a good heal.
That's a good show. You did pretty well. He's just drinking them between sword swings.
Oh, this is such a it could go wrong at any second
Yeah.
situation. I think they're in there trying to figure out more stuff.
Oh man, this is so bad.
It brings its great axe down on you again. Oh my god!
Dude, come on!
Oh no!
Why is it 0 to 100 with you?
Damage! I don't know. It brings it, it strikes you, it knocks you back, sending you hurtling back into the altar behind you. You take 31 damage.
Lyra was right. I was
I'll be right
definitely the
back.
best.
We should get him.
Are you seeing this? Are you seeing this?
Yeah, we're seeing it.
Oh my god! Alright, I'm back, sorry. Oh my goodness.
Why do you hate me?
I don't know.
Come on, dude. Oh, everyone hates me. Everyone hates me.
They have so much faith in you.
Why does Raleigh have the most faith in me? Charge forward at him, and I'll attack.
That hits.
Hit him.
You deal 10 damage.
Okay. Second attack.
That
Come
misses.
on.
Ugh.
And now I'm gonna use a potion of greater healing because I can't survive this. That's me. I'm gonna die.
Oh my goodness.
Ah! Why does everyone hate me?
Any of them could at any time come out of there if they
you
want.
love me, right?
Oh, she really loves you. She just got a heckin' 20 on that.
Yeah!
Lyra has the most faith in you.
Hooray! No!
Its turn. It swings the great axe. It hits. It's not a crit.
Oh, thank God. You paused for a second. I'm like, no.
Deals 16 damage. Oof.
Oh my God. Oh, come on, guys. Oh, come on.
Ooh.
Ah,
All right, Vogan.
I'm gonna hit him again. I'm gonna use my inspiration to hit him.
Go for it.
Ah.
That's a hit.
Okay, that's good.
Ugh. You deal 7 damage to it.
Come on, second attack.
That's a hit.
There you go.
How do you want to do this?
Yeah! Oh, I take my 2 attacks, just with the first strike, slice off the arm that holds the great axe. As it falls, can I like pick up the great axe and just run it through, like cleave it in half vertically?
Yeah, you take it, you strike it, cut down the middle of it, take it, you ram it like a spear through it and drive it against the far wall, pinning it to it. It lets out a and then stops, holding perfectly still. Its eyes flicker out. Let's head back to them.
I knew he's been screaming this entire time. Hi, Logan.
He hates me. You all hate me. You all
And all of the walls slide up. Vogan, you hear a poof as you see that the sarcophagus lets a wave of dust escapes the seam between the top and the rest of it as it pops open.
Hey, you did it, Bug. Oh, God.
Oh my God.
You all walk out to see the corpse of a minotaur, the skeleton of a minotaur pinned to the far wall by a giant great axe.
Fucking hell, what happened?
Well, you had
What are all these empty bottles on the floor, Vogue?
Just a bunch of smashed bottles on the
Oh my goodness!
You have a drinking problem.
You are
This is
littering
your
at a
intervention.
holy place.
Hey, Vogan.
I just
Religion
wanted
hates
to
me.
dunk.
just alone for you, Vogan, I'm going to be adding 450 experience to
Hell yeah!
He doesn't need that.
There you go.
Yeah, I do.
Then
So
stop
proud
your
of you.
whining. Wait.
Oh my god.
Oh,
I just
mean, you
need
could do
5,000 more experience to get to level 7.
Oh.
You will all be getting experience for that, but he fought the Minotaur.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look inside that sarcophagi.
That's fair. Dude, I like to imagine that Vogan was screaming that entire time when we couldn't hear a thing.
Yeah.
It was just constant fucking, help me!
He would want us to stay here.
No, he didn't have time to scream because he was too busy fucking downing potions.
So, as you open it, you see that inside the sarcophagus, there's actually, it's not a specific item like it has been. You actually see a variety of things. Among them, there are, if you were to take the time to count, which I will assume you will, 200 platinum pieces, 1,000 gold pieces, 600 silver pieces. There is also a zircon, a star rose quartz, a sardonyx, a moonstone, a jasper, a chalcedony, a bloodstone. There is also inside a set of blue silk gloves that are look like they're well cared for. They are being tied together by a bit of lacy string. There are also there's 2 potions that look like healing potions, but they look a bit thicker than what you've seen so far. As well as there is a vial. There's a vial floating that has a little sliver of something organic looking floating in it.
Oh.
I will
organic. Like a finger.
something like that.
Yeah.
It looks like it might be a
Okay,
piece
good.
of old bone, maybe a nail. I'm gonna throw all of this. Is now in the inventory.
Once again, party, I'm asking for your financial support in helping me get.
If
I
someone
come to you again.
if someone wants if
More-
someone is against me taking these potions,
No,
shut up.
please.
I'm taking them.
So Vogan, just for
Fair,
the
fair.
sake of getting these to where they need to be, those are 2 potions of superior healing.
I'm gonna try and sneaky take
Yes.
something. Would I have to roll stealth to sneakily take something?
That doesn't work out well for
Let's-
members of
let's
our
go.
party.
Experience.
It's fine.
Hold on.
Mm,
What are you taking?
Blue silk gloves. It's
Alright.
stupid.
Roll me a sleight of hand. Roll me a heckin'. Yeah, roll me a sleight of hand check.
This is fun. Hey!
Yeah, I'd say you managed to sneak those away without
It's
anybody
fine.
else directly noticing. All right, so I'm just gonna real
Wow.
Dude, I was gonna say that
Wow.
they match her ensemble and she could have taken them anyway. You didn't need to do that,
Yeah.
bitch.
What a hypocrite.
See,
you
that's
fucking want to be
shocking.
mean to us.
You're out of the fucking party, bitch.
I do not consider myself responsible for anything that is going to come of that.
Babies.
I
Don't
was gonna
worry
try and
about it.
identify them for the party to see if they're
What's that?
magic.
Fenris is red in the face. Everyone shut up.
Dude, we were gonna
Hey,
say
where'd
they
those
match
gloves
her
go?
ensemble. Yeah, they were
I don't know.
I bet Aristo took them again.
I took them! Oh, fine! Fenris will throw the gloves against the wall. I took them! I'm sorry! They're pretty! They're beautiful! I'm sorry!
Wow, you were naughty for almost like 5 whole seconds.
Oh,
I'm gonna take this other potion.
that's fair. Totally fair.
I'm staring
You'll need
at
to
the
identify
gloves.
that one.
Can I pick up the gloves and see if they're magic with fucking identify?
You want to use identify on them? Then absolutely yes, you can. Heckin', are they still in your inventory? Did you move them out of there, or no? They're still there. So identifying them, these are heckin' Arcanist gloves. They have 3 charges. When an attuned caster wearing them casts a 1st level spell, they can expend any number of those charges to increase the level of the spell slot it's cast at, but they still only you have to use the 1st level spell slot.
Is this the
It's one of the,
Did you get this from Griffin Saddlebags?
no, I didn't. I made this. You were actually there when I did it. This is one of the things
yeah,
I made.
those.
I made this along.
There's another item he made that's similar to this that
Yeah.
I was
Oh.
thinking
So basically,
of,
you
but,
can,
yeah.
if you cast a first level spell with them, you can use charges to boost the level of the spell, but it still counts as a first level spell, but you get the at higher level effects from them. Regains spent charges at dawn, so long rest.
Those do sound really good for a healer.
I'm looking away still.
Fenris, why?
All
why
right,
did you,
I
like,
put them on.
why
Let's
did
go.
you
I'm kidding.
Why did you steal them? Why didn't you just ask for them?
I don't feel like I particularly deserve nice things. That's all. It's not a.
So
it's
you steal them?
So you
take
stole
So you
it?
stole them? We would let you have them if you just asked.
It's embarrassing.
Like,
It's
speaking
embarrassing
from
to
experience, this line of thought doesn't really work out.
Man, I don't care about any of this. I'll be over here.
Do you guys want to just split everything, all of the money evenly, and
Yeah, that's
have,
fine.
Yeah.
Okay,
and
I
have
will,
all
I
the
can-
jewels thrown in the bag of holding?
Yeah, I can take the jewels since I have the bag of holding.
Okay, you take the gems and put them in your bag, and then I will hit the thing to just spread the money out.
Okay.
Cute.
We'll split up the gems whenever we
Wait.
go to fucking sell them.
You do need to attune to the gloves if you're going to use them.
Boop. Boop. Boop.
It'll take an hour.
Boop. Yeah.
Ooh.
Has to be done over like a short rest, basically.
Yep.
So.
I think I'm going to go.
Which
to
we
the
don't
repair.
have
I
time
have all the
for.
gemstones.
Everybody gets 166 gold, 33 platinum, and 100 in silver. And there's 2
hell yeah.
platinum and 2 gold and 4 gold left over. Who wants to take those?
I'll take the 4 gold.
All right.
Take the 2 platinum.
All right.
Okay.
Damn.
I deserve it.
That's fine.
You deserve all of that. You're
Oh,
already getting
shit.
experience. Fuck you.
You have enough.
He
I
has
have-
enough.
These 3
I don't
potions,
have
all
nearly
of these
enough.
jewels and the extra money.
You can just hear Fenris muttering quietly to herself some type of prayer to her god, apologizing for the damn gloves.
Amazing.
Let's see.
Fenris.
And that potion, where'd that go in your inventory? Oh, there it is. Yeah, you'll need to spend time, have someone cast Identify on it, or spend time with it to identify that.
Yeah. That's fine.
I do have another identify if you want me to.
If you want to use it, that's fine.
Sure.
Go ahead.
All right. That is a potion of Stone Giant Strength.
I don't think you need
Dear
2 giants.
God.
I think I earned this.
How much
I
strength
mean-
does that one give? Okay.
I'm not gonna fight for it.
You better not. I'll kill you.
I'm not. I'm specifically saying I'm not. I don't
Just
know
gonna
about.
like kick at, just gonna like kick
Quintus.
at the corpse. It's just like, what is this thing anyway?
It's a skeleton. It's a
Some kind of
minotaur.
big cow.
It's a minotaur.
Oh.
I probably have seen them like.
You would know Minotaurs, yeah.
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 These things are annoying.
Good job killing the cow, Vogan.
Yeah, it's basically
Yeah.
what it is. Yeah, thanks.
Yeah.
I'm-
Pat him
well
on the
done.
shoulder like, hey.
Yeah.
Okay. With that, given where we are, I do believe we can sort out where what everyone's gonna do with everything. We're gonna stop. I want to know before we move on where you brought up short rest again. You guys have talked about it briefly. I want to know just between sessions where you guys stand on.
I
on
am
that.
very against it.
Yeah, I'm against it as
Yeah,
well.
against it.
Yeah.
We gotta keep moving.
And a couple potions, and we, yeah. While I will bring up before, I don't think they can teleport out of here. Because
Probably not.
if they have Scandal, there's definitely, they couldn't teleport in. It's possible they might be able to teleport out, but one would assume it might work both ways. This area might just be protected from magical travel.
Yeah.
You can't teleport through an anti-magic field.
Yeah.
So if we do rest, we could actually guard the entrance. That
could.
said, there might be something they're up to that we could exacerbate if we don't.
If
let-
we
or
rest,
if
they
we
can
let them.
rest. They've had to go through some potentially similar trials, or they just had a thing to skip it.
Murkwire made it
but-
very clear that he had an item that just let him bypass
but it's also like there could be something after that's going on. We don't want them to have time to, even if they do get it at that point. We don't want to get him time enough to attune to whatever's in here either.
Yeah.
If it requires attunement.
I would be for a short rest. These
Strongly
two
adverse.
Fucked up, and we have what, 2-3 potions?
So
Your
just to be
Fenrir?
definitive about this, Lyra will abstain from voting, as will Winchester, because he's not there. So just looks like as of that, majority.
Yeah, absolute.
Yep. Yeah. All right. In that case, we're gonna stop there. So just so you guys know, we will not have bread next week from the sounds of things.
I know.
What
I'm
a-
sorry, guys.
Fucking
First you try to
well, we
steal
didn't need a thief in
gloves,
a
and
party
then you
anyway.
just fuck off. That's fine.
Who would do such a thing? It's sickening. Get out.
Oh, wowza. Well, thanks. You haven't started this campaign yet? Oh, jeez. So just before we go, I'm going to award experience.
Hooray!
Everybody is going to gain an additional 414 for everything that you've done.
Oh, we need so much. Jesus Christ.
It's true. You guys are in tier 2. Stuff slows right down.
You just slow right down there.
All right.
Right down there.
You guys have effectively got one more major room to explore in this place, down below, and then we'll see what you guys do moving on from there. I'm excited.
You mentioned that that if Bread wasn't here next week, we might not play. Are we still playing next week?
We are still playing next week. If we get to a certain point, game may have to be cut a little bit short because there's basically a threshold. It's Murkwire. If you guys make it to Murkwire before that, I believe everyone should be here for that.
Yeah.
Unless they can't be here for like 2 or 3 weeks in a row. But there's still lots to do. If you guys don't make it there, then we'll be fine. But we will be playing next week.
Rock and roll.
Unless
guys.
one other person has a conflict, and then if 2 people are gonna be missing, I'll just be like, all right, it's.
Well, fuck.
That's game.
Yeah.
Might as well. I mean, we have been really good about never missing Vestige, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Heckin', then let's roll some credits.
Heck yeah.
Oof.
Wow.
I do appreciate that you were like, I don't like puzzles, I won't do anything today. I'm like, the gargoyle puzzle has no solution, and you were in the perfect. You were perfect.
Yep,
Yeah,
the
the
solution
solution one was a fight. So yeah, basically each of the puzzles in here, if it hasn't been relatively obvious, you can brute force them, but there's a reward to each one for doing it the right way. Apart from the gargoyle one, which is, it's just there. You guys have done them all correctly so far. That particular one, if any of you had come out, the sarcophagus wouldn't have opened.
That's what I thought too.
I see.
I figured.
Yeah. This one required a fight, right?
Yes, you would have fought it regardless. Against a party of 7 people, one lone Minotaur skeleton is not actually a huge threat.
Kind of a bitch at that point.
So
And I mean, of the people to be out there, heckin' Vogan's the best.
he had the most health, and he and Quintus do the most damage.
Yeah.
The only other person
I don't know
that,
about the dose damage part on me.
the only other person that may have been a bigger deal would have been if Lyra had been out there, because in theory she could have been like fireball, but
Yeah.
that's
Okay.
that would have been a lot of resources that she's trying to save for a particular boy.
That was
Glad.
still
Who?
Did Vogan take a trophy?
Did Vogan take a trophy? He'll take one next week.
take the humorous one.
What happened with the snake, Logan? I already explained that earlier.
Also,
That one, it would have
We'll just
filled
follow the
with
gem.
corrosive gas, and yeah, if they had solved it by breaking or clogging the vents the gas was coming out of, then the snake would have swallowed the gem. Which you guys also haven't identified.
Tana says happy birthday because it's already Sunday in
No.
Spain.
Oh yes. I can't unless people like donate enough and it randomly shows up. It won't. So I'm gonna show you the GIF.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, she says since it's already Sunday here to celebrate Aaron's day, as soon as the stream is over, she's gonna start free doodles, but only for Aaron's character.
What a cute
That's
thing to
very
do.
Sweet.
Oh,
Yeah.
she's so nice.
But yeah, since I know that our new extension doesn't much care for big pictures, not that Fantasy Grounds really did anyways, I'm gonna make a point of making sure everything is super compressed in the future.
I get.
Bam!
Just gonna.
Oh my god, it's so cute.
Aww.
Oh, he's adorable. Oh,
Aw. And let's
damn it.
real
That's
quick.
him in heaven.
Shut the fuck up. I'll murder you.
That's him after he died.
And we'll we'll do
Because
the
we
we'll,
don't short rest, and he
we'll
really
do
wanted to.
we'll do the giveaway after we wrap credits.
I mean, I'm fine.
We're so dead.
I'll probably
That's-
live.
Yeah,
I
that's
just don't
him.
have to leave you all to die.
Yeah, that's secretly. That's
Will you leave me
secretly.
to die?
That's just secretly him looking up to heaven, remembering his old team, the highest
Kitty.
standard. Now truly the
Kitty.
highest up in heaven.
Kitty, will you leave me to die? Didn't fucking think so.
So, when you die, that's when running becomes an option.
Alrighty.
You won't
All
carry me off to the. You won't carry me halfway
can't
across
carry
the-
you.
over to
Yeah, it's true.
All right, everybody. All right, everybody at home. I think we're gonna take off. Heckin' big old happy birthday to the Aaron.
Happy birthday, Aaron!
Come hang out with me tomorrow. I'm gonna get drunk on stream.
Yeah, man.
Heck yeah!
All
Also,
right.
it's Fenta. Fenta or Fantasy. Oh my goodness, that never
Fanta.
mind.
Fenta?
Ignoring.
Fanta best chip.
Wouldn't it be Fentia? 'Cause
Fanta.
it's
I'm
right?
I'm in for Fanta.
Yeah,
You're
it's
right.
Fanta.
Fanta.
But whatever. I'm just checking.
Heckin'. So we're gonna heckin' see you guys next week when we won't have bread.
I know. I'm sorry, guys.
Can't believe you're doing this to us.
Life happens.
That's ridiculous.
A criminal record within the
And
party.
a 1, and a 2, and a 3, 2, 1.